4th of July. Yeah, and now you're streaming live. 4th of July, it's a big fucking week. I gotta work extra that day.
Do you really?
Yes, sir. That's the food business, though, Nick.
Hey, how'd that interview go?
It went very well. I got the job.
Did you really?
I did.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
When do you start?
In 2 weeks. I had to give notice to my current job. I thought it was the only fair thing to do. I don't like to burn any bridges.
Are you stoked?
Oh, yeah.
Are you nervous at all?
No. No, I love to do stuff like that. I love to be under pressure. I love to work like that. I am just used to it. You know what I'm saying? So plus it's an executive job, so you know I get to call the shots. So it's nice. It's a nice job. Really.
Will you be full on Gordon Ramsay?
No, I have to try to calm down. I mean, that's the way I normally am. It's just because I take my job very seriously, and I like for everything to go right. And obviously, you know, I love the expression on people's faces when they eat my food. So it's just a pet peeve I have. You know, I just want everybody to be happy.
Sure. And what kind of? You said it was going to be a pretty substantial pay raise.
Yes.
How about the scheduling?
Yeah, it's a very substantial. So I could not oversee it. I could not overlook this job. So.
Man, think of all the vape products you're going to be able to buy.
Nah, I'm saving up. I need to buy a house.
Aren't you a little old to buy a house?
Nah, I gotta have something. I gotta have some kind of nest, brother. I'm gonna buy it and have it paid off in like 10 years.
Dom's going to be doing group buys all by himself.
Group buys by himself.
Hey, I try. What the hell?
Dom, do you cuss the customer out if they don't finish all their meal?
Oh yeah, dude. I get vicious.
You tell them they can't fucking dessert unless they finish their main course?
No, not with the customers. I'm talking about the employees if they fuck up and shit like that.
I don't think you're streaming.
Robert said it.
Yeah, it says live YouTube on the top left.
Yeah, we're there.
But when I go to YouTube, I don't see it.
Might have to do the old F5 move.
I did. Many times.
I'd show you it on my iPad, but it's going to look different than your screen. But I had to go look down here in the little extra section because it normally would pop up right here where this Lost Vape Paranormal is, but it didn't do it that time this time.
Extra section?
Just underneath, I guess. But yeah, I'm thinking about.
Can you send me a link? Because I don't see it.
Yeah, I can send you the link. I'll throw it in the chat. My phone. I'm thinking about moving, guys.
Where to?
There it is.
You got it? The worst place ever as far as right now goes, but Washington.
Why is that the worst place?
Because of the, Phoenix is closing down.
Oh. And that would affect your move decision?
No, but it just kind of sucks, with the climate over there and vaping and everything. You can't even ship to Washington. Like if I were to, I've already been seeing it on the vape websites when I go to hit order. It says that they can't ship to Washington. So.
Oh, that does suck.
Oh, Brighton's in Washington. Oh yeah, they're actually the Eric and them are going to be near where I'm moving. They said it the other day that they're near Whidbey Island, and that's where I'm kind of the area I'm kind of looking at.
Why are you wanting to move?
You cut out. His voice cut out. Nick, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't hear Raymond. He probably hit spacebar or something and muted himself. Yeah, he muted himself. No? Still can't hear you, Raymond. Still can't hear you, buddy.
How about now?
Yes.
All right. My microphone came unplugged. I knocked it when I was setting something down.
Good job.
Well, this is my dad's house, and he has his like retirement little package money, but even that's going to run out one day, and I really can't afford his house. His house it's built on an acre, and it's quite expensive. And even if I debt free and paid off my car and everything, I still can't afford his house. It's just way too much. So basically, we'll have to sell the house and take the money to buy something different at some point. Regardless, it's going to happen. And trying to find another place in our area where we live is it's going to be hard because we're just, all the equity is just a replacement of the money that we're going to be making. So even if he, got away out of this house with like 300,000 and he put 200,000 down on a home near where we live now, wouldn't do any good because we're in the same exact bracket that we're already in. We're still going to have the same exact mortgage payment and everything. So
come to Missouri for 300 grand. You can buy a mansion.
Yeah.
You know what you get for 300 grand where I am?
An apartment.
A 700 square foot apartment.
Yeah. Out here, 300 grand is, you can't even get a house with that much. You need at least 350. You can get a condo, and maybe you can definitely get into a trailer park. But you're not getting into any houses at 300.
For 175 here, you could get a 2,000 square foot home with a connected garage. And I'm not kidding.
Yeah, well, I know. Yeah, one of my coworkers just moved to Oklahoma, and she was looking at houses like in the $30,000-$40,000 range.
Yeah, they're all over around here.
Yeah, but the problem is fucking finding a job.
No,
I'm a mailman.
Not that bad. I mean, we live 40 minutes away from a major metropolitan city, St. Louis.
But I'm also a mailman. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
I'm just going to ask you guys.
Every city.
Are they going to transfer your job?
I can. There's a lot of ways of doing it. If I want to keep my benefits and everything, I have to basically bid on a route that goes up over there. And that could happen at any time. It could not happen at all. And that's something I have to keep my eyes on. And if it were to happen, then I would have to move immediately. Like once I get the route, I'd have to move out there. Or I can just do a simple transfer, but that means I go back down a notch. I lose all my benefits, and I gotta get put back in line, and I get put at the very bottom of the totem pole.
Boy, that fucking post office, that we'd love to fucking jam you, huh?
It's not the post office per se. It's the federal government part of it. They, we're not an agency that uses tax money. We pay for our own own employees, but the federal side of it, they kind of they've taken over with all the rules and a lot of the regulations of what we do. So yeah, there's nothing I can do. The federal government put their 2 cents in years ago, and it's changed everything. So, if I were, I could switch mailman too, though. Because if I go to the guy who wears the uniform, I can get benefits starting immediately, and retirement and all that still. But I don't want to work a lot. They work more than we do.
We got a ton of rural routes out here. Like almost every route is a rural route.
Yeah.
Nice. Cheap living. There's hardly any crime unless you go to the city. Then you're number one crime in the nation. But stay out of the city and you're good.
Yeah. I know my city, or the city I work in at least, all rural, pure rural. And there's only 2 cities out here that are like that. Everything else has got some kind of city route involved, but yeah, we're all rural here, and it's nicer because we can do our job and go home, but they can't. They have to do their job, and then they have to go back and help out anybody that needs help, no matter how long you've been there, no matter if you have your own route or not. So,
Robert, it doesn't deliver. What is the point of a post office if it doesn't deliver?
It's a PO box only, meaning they don't have carriers. They just have to go to the PO box, and they actually will get their PO box for free too.
Oh, well, that's not bad. I pay like $100 a year for my PO box.
Yeah, and otherwise you have to pay for it if you don't live in that kind of city. We have 2 of them out here that are right next to my hometown. Well, they don't have delivery.
I just have everything shipped to the office. So it makes it super convenient, except on Saturday when I'm not there. And then the mail guy decided that even though we're not there, he just lays it right on the sidewalk next to the street and then takes off.
Wow, and it stays there the whole weekend?
Well, I live right above work, so I just walk downstairs around 10 o'clock on a Saturday. But I had some high-dollar valuables come in one day, and I didn't realize he was doing this. And the wife went to Walmart or wherever, and she saw the packages just hanging out down there.
Yeah, that's just somebody, one who's being lazy, but 2, just not in communication with the person who does the route every day. And even if the person told them, there's always a good chance that they just don't care. And I see that a lot.
It's got to be a new person because it was never like this before.
It could be that too, yeah.
It just recently started.
Yeah, it could be a new person because new people, our job isn't like a lot. I know I've come to find out a lot of our customers think that we go into the post office, the mail's already in our truck, and so are the packages, and we just grab the truck and go. But we work the mail, so the first half of our day is spent inside the post office, and that's the hard part. And a new person trying to learn anywhere between 600 and 800 addresses, all in a matter of right now, like there's no break in time. There's no way to learn this. It's difficult, and we're surrounded by 3 walls essentially full of addresses, and they're all they're all numbers, right? So it's very, and it goes about, so we go in like a circle. So we start in the left here, and we work our way to the right, and they'll go up about 6 high. There's about 36 addresses per row, so it's like 90 per row, and so on and so forth. But it's just very confusing trying to learn that, because when it depends on how the route's set up. Sometimes you're just doing odds, sometimes you're doing evens. Streets get broken up, and yeah, it sucks.
So we figured out how you get product for review. The first half of your day is checking for return addresses to see if it's from Vapor DNA or MyVPro.
You know, I have some vapors on my route, and they actually order the crap. Like one dude, oh my god, he fucking orders all of his juice from Vape Wild.
Is that bad?
Dude, that place is disgusting. Oh my god.
It must be cheap though, right?
Yes, very cheap, very cheap. And another customer I have gets Zample Box, and the third customer I have
Oh, not anymore.
goes to the local vape shop.
Yeah, not anymore. Now Ray gets the Apple box.
Fuck Zample Box. Oh my god, dude. I had them for a long time, but their fucking juice sucks. You've never tried any of them?
No.
Oh, lucky you.
The owner of it drives a Ferrari.
Have you drove it?
No. But he was on, I think it was him, Zophie Vapes, and who's the indoor smokers guy? They went on like a corporate sponsored trip by Zample Vapes. And the owner pulls up, and it was either a Ferrari or Lambo. But you know you're getting some shit when you can afford that kind of car.
Oh yeah. They're making good money. Just because I know my take on Zample Box is they take unknown people and they buy their juice and sell it. Because most of the people on there, I have never heard of them, and some of the juices that I've seen go through there actually got really popular because of them. So it seems like it's a it's a company that will sell anything, and sometimes they find gems in there. But they give a lot of these small companies a boost, it seems like, because their juice is just all very much so unknown. Never heard of it, and even when I do Google searches on it, I can't find it anywhere except for Zample Box.
Yeah, I never got into the whole subscription game. I buy what I want, not just somebody money and they give me a whole bunch of stuff to try.
When I first started vaping, I was all about saving that money, and
yeah, that doesn't last long.
No, not at all. So that was the only reason I went with them. They're, I think I calculated I was paying about $5 per 10 mil or per 30 mil, excuse me. And that was pretty good. It's a pretty good deal.
Braden is correct. I'm sponsored by Treat Factory and Air Factory.
Yeah.
If I can, I'll drop an affiliate link.
Yeah, drop it. Oh wait, no, you're not a moderator here. I don't think you are.
I think everybody but me is a moderator.
Yeah, you're the only one. No, I took a few off the other day. I can't remember who, but I took like 3 of them off. What's up, Aaron?
What's going on, AA Ron?
AA Ron. They must say it like that because they're from the South. Oh, that story was killing me. No, I mean, I have to pitch the idea to my dad. I might come to Washington, but my in-laws are already moving there.
Come to Missouri. I'll show you where to find the cheap houses. You don't have to worry about gang violence unless you go into the city.
I don't think my mom would survive out there with the weather, because she has arthritis and rain triggers it really bad.
And you want to move to Washington?
Yeah, I just thought about that after I said it.
I swear, you're fucking too much, brother.
Yeah, rain triggers it, so we're moving to Seattle.
Well, I guess I chose there just because that's where the in-laws are going, and when it comes to like my daughter and her, that seems like a reasonable place to leave because her mom will be there. But I don't know. It's just a thought I've been having just because, yeah, it's so hard living in California. I make like 40 grand a year, and you need at least 60 to live out here.
You live like a king on 40 here.
Eating lobster every day.
Oh yeah, we got a Red Lobster right down the road.
We got a red lobster. Those lobsters have to come in from halfway around the country, but we got them.
That's why they made freezers, brother. They actually ship them in live.
No, yeah, they Red Lobster does them live. They just have small ones.
Well, I mean, it's Red Lobster.
Yeah. Because we go to Red Lobster out here, and they have the little tank, everything set up, and you can see all the live lobsters, but they're just really small. They're just enough for a $20 meal, you know.
Our local Walmart has bigger lobster than Red Lobster does.
Yeah. Because that's where we get most of our lobster would be just from, the store, and they're way bigger than Red Lobsters.
I actually think Red Lobster might be crayfish.
What's that?
I think Red Lobster might actually be selling crayfish, and they're just telling you it's lobster.
Those are some big crayfish.
Hey, steroids, baby. We'll get these things going.
Chinese crayfish.
They just GMO. That's all. Was genetically modifying them to grow from, to a jumbo size lobster in a shorter period of time. That's all.
They do that with chickens. They got these free range chickens that grow to full size in like 6 weeks. It's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
Those are the. Go ahead, Dom.
They give them some pretty extensive hormones that their breasts grow twice the size of their body weight, and they actually tip over, and their legs are flapping behind them. I'm serious.
I know some women like that.
Yeah. I know the one thing I would love to have out there is just some good cookings, some good food. You guys definitely got a lot of different food than we have here.
Oh, here in Missouri?
Well, just the whole, I guess more or less the whole area.
You get a lot of like country food, like home cooking. I guess people would call it soul food, but a lot of like small cafes. But we got some like bigger joints too. I live right next to what would be considered a high-end restaurant, kind of what Ray's going to go.
What is that, like Wendy's?
It's called 12 West, actually. But yeah, we don't have a Wendy's anymore. They moved out.
Yeah, I know out here it's hard to own like a mom and pop small joint and make it. I think a big part of it is just that most of the people who try to start up these small restaurants suck, but that's kind of a different point. But we just don't have a lot unless you go to the city. In like San Francisco, you definitely find a lot more of the bigger, you find a lot more of the nicer places to eat that are like mom and pop.
We do have White Castles though. I don't think you have those out there, do you?
No, I've only seen the movie.
We got Whitey's.
Yeah, and the ones you buy at the store are just crap.
Oh yeah, that's nothing like what a real White Castle is.
No, nothing. If it don't let you go to the fucking bathroom and blow up the toilet, it's not a real White Castle.
Correct. And they're best eaten after you've been drinking all night. That's when they taste the best.
Oh yeah.
Just like the movie.
What movie are you talking about?
White Castle.
I don't know that I've seen that movie.
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Oh yeah, just like the movie then. Yes.
Just like the movie. Crazy wild night out, and then you end up at White Castle.
Those are the best nights, bro.
At 6 a.m. in the morning. Everyone
Shit.
else is having breakfast.
Throw down a couple of dozen White Castles. Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, you can get the 30, the Crave box, 30 of them White Castle burgers in there.
Oh, yeah. Shit, I remember when White Castles were 2 for a quarter.
Yeah, I think when I first started eating there, they were like 30 cents, 35 cents a piece. Now it's like $1.10 for a cheeseburger for a White Castle.
I know that if you like squeeze it in your hand, it becomes like the size of a bottle cap.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so like airy and puffy and
Yeah.
you know.
It's still delicious though.
Yeah, they are. But they give you a fucking bad stomachache the next day though.
So when I was younger, how old was I, Tanya? 22, 23? 24? First kid was born, right? I don't know if we had been drinking or not, but we decided to get White Castle, and I pounded down a bunch. That's when I was working construction, and I ate like a horse. Still do. I just don't do construction anymore. But I ate a bunch of them. That night, I started getting heartburn, so I drank like half a gallon of milk. You know, that's what I do when I get heartburn. I drink a lot of milk. So I went ahead and went to bed, and I guess I made it halfway through the night, and I just opened my eyes and started spouting out vomit that was full of White Castle and milk mix.
Oh,
It just sprayed it all over the bed and all over me, and it stunk like vomited White Castle.
ugh.
It was the worst night of my life. I probably didn't eat White Castle for a good 5 years after that. It was
So now you're not sure if you were intoxicated at all, or you are sure you weren't.
Oh, I was? No, I wasn't. Wife says I wasn't. I can't remember. That was too long ago.
Oh wow, that would not be. I'd stop eating it too, if I got sick like that off it.
It was one of those vomits where it comes out your mouth and nose. So the whole night after you vomit, you're snorting out like White Castle chunk out of your nostrils.
Oh yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Horrible.
you're laying down, huh?
That's pretty descriptive.
And then you get that chunk and you taste it and it makes you like vomit a little bit again. Oh, fucking horrible.
Oh,
Yeah, beef and milk vomits. Ooh. Ooh.
You sure it's beef?
Whatever it is.
I don't have too many stories where I've thrown up from when I was sober, unless it had something to do with chain smoking cigars. But most of my throw up stories definitely revolve around drinking.
I got a drinking throw up story. I don't know if I've told it before. And you should, Braden, because she had to clean it up.
Yeah. I was gonna say, did your wife kill you?
She said she threw the sheets away. It was that bad. Like you just crumpled it up around the pool of vomit and threw it in the trash can.
Yep, not even gonna try.
So one night I went out with a high school friend. He was actually my best friend, and we were 21. So we've been graduated for a couple of years, and we kind of met back up, and we're hanging out. We decided to go hit some bars, and we went to a town called Festus, and we went to it's a little like dive bar called Squeakers, and we probably had 5 or 6 beers there, and then we headed over to the Dirty Rug, which is the Magic Carpet. It's kind of like a small bar, but they have dancing. And we were there the rest of the night, and I decided it would be a good idea to start buying Jaeger shots for everybody.
Oh,
And little did I know that I was the only one to drink Jaeger. So I'd buy 8 shots and nobody would drink it, and I wouldn't let a $5 shot go to waste. So I'd drink all the shots. And then as we'd get more and more hammered, every time I was like, well, now they'll drink them. So I'd buy more shots. And nobody so I would. By the time I left the bar, I couldn't hardly walk on my own. I had to have help getting into the truck. And my friend, Jared, had just bought a brand new truck. It was like new that.
I know where this is going.
Still had new car smell.
Oh,
I get in, and we're driving home, and from the bar to the house was about a 30-minute drive. And we're going down the highway, and I feel that breeze from the highway on my face, but I'm starting to get that I'm trying to fall asleep, but every time I close my eyes, the world starts spinning. And I guess I had shut my eyes for too long, and it spun long enough that it started to make me sick. So I'm like, oh, dude. And it was coming up fast. Like I couldn't hold it back. It was just coming. So since the window was down, I'm like, I'm just going to fucking blow it right out the window. And it's just going to stream along. We're going to be good. So I fucking turn my head. And as I'm turning my head, it's just projecting straight out. That wind that I felt on my face was the air conditioner. The window rolled completely up. So vomiting out the window is actually hitting the window and splashing back in on us. And I vomited quite a lot. Filled up the seat, my lap, floorboards. It got on him. It was on his steering wheel, on his dash. It was fucking everywhere. So on the way home, there's like one of those power wash stations where you just pull in, put quarters in, and you can spray your car off. He made me get out of the truck, and he literally power washed me. Then the inside of his brand new truck, he just got in there with a power washer and started spraying that fucker out, man. Anyway, got all the vomit that we could see out. Got back in the truck, drove to his house. I jumped in my car. And I couldn't make it home, so I just passed out in the car. It was probably 2 o'clock in the morning when we got there. I woke up around 10, 11 the next day. My car dying from heat exhaustion because it's the summertime and I'm in a car, windows completely rolled up. And I'm like, why does it smell so bad in here? Because I fucking vomited all over myself. Drove home. I could not get a hold of him probably the next 6 months. He wouldn't return my calls. He would never answer the door when I came over. And finally, I saw him at a gas station. He told me, and he had a new vehicle at this time, he told me that he could not get the vomit smell out of the truck. He had to sell it at a loss and buy a new one. That was the last time I talked to him. He was my best friend, too. The best friend, too. I fucking lost a friend over
a night of Jaeger.
Yeah, a night of Jaeger.
You got a good story out of it, though.
Yeah, I lost a friend, but I got a good story.
You got a great story. Oh, man. See, that is the one problem with being the designated driver. If I'm ever going to do it, we're using your car.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I almost became that person. It was a few years back. I taken this girl out, and we had dated previously, but she got into the military and moved away. So she came down, and I was like, hey, well, let's go out, babe. You know, and yeah, I got her way too hammered, and she was just on the brink of puking. So I pull over, and I open the door for her, and she pukes outside of my car. And we're in San Francisco. You know, we went to the city, and I had no idea where I had pulled over at. I'm like, all right, pull over, and then I look out the door, and there's like, you know, a hotel there, and like the guy who brings in your bags, whatever his name is, he's just staring at us, and I'm like, I'm sorry. I feel so bad because I know they're gonna have to clean it up. But they're just giving. I can just feel their eyes just burning through my face, you know, like us motherfucker, you know. So, but yeah.
It never ends well after a night of drinking that leads to vomit.
Well, I mean, you know, depends on what your definition of well is. You know?
So another kind of funny story, same friend. This
boy, you really fucked this guy up.
I know, but this predates. This is back when we were 18, 19. I think I was a senior in high school. He threw a party. His parents were out of time. He threw a party. It was a big party, and it was a pretty rowdy one. I got there a little bit late and started drinking, and I was going to stay the night. Half the people there had stayed in the night, but I remember waking up in the middle of the night having to throw up. I made it to the bathroom, but I didn't make it to the toilet, so I ended up throwing up all over his bathroom, and it's the downstairs main one where like all the guests use. It's always
No wonder why this guy ain't your friend.
I sprayed the walls with vomit. I sprayed like the curtains of the shower with vomit, the sink, the floor. It looked like somebody murdered a vomit bag in there. So I fucking just kind of walked out because there was no way I was sober enough to clean up. You know what I mean? I was going to end up slipping and falling and making a bigger mess. I'm like, I'll just get it in the morning. Well, I woke up kind of late, and I woke up to people screaming and going, "Oh my God, who vomited?"
And you're like, too late.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, well, nobody knows it was me, so I just kept quiet.
Who did that?
Yeah.
That's so rude.
Gross.
Can't believe they didn't even clean it up. Who the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good time right there. See, to me, I see that as a good time.
It was a great party.
I've cleaned up a lot of vomit over the years, so.
There was even a gun pulled at that party. It was perfect. Like gun pulled, the entire party evacuated. The people with the gun left, and then everybody came back and started partying again.
See, there's a lot of stories for that party.
It was a good night. I walked into the room, and a girl comes walking out, and she's completely nude except for like a mid-top on, and she goes, "Have you seen my shorts?" I'm like, "No."
Nick had him hiding in the bathroom somewhere.
I was just looking for another beer. Anyway.
That's always that, but that's a pretty regular question though. After a night of drinking, is have you seen my whatever article of clothing? Like, there's always clothes missing.
Yeah, but it was just the way she did it, like all nonchalant, like, "Hey, see my shorts?"
I know the last time I went out drinking, I did one of those. I had one of those kind of nights, and this was like 5-6 years ago now. I haven't been drunk since, and I hadn't been drunk probably about 2-3 years before that. So, I have no idea what happened after at about 30 minutes of being there. I hadn't drank in so long that I tried to drink like I always had drank. And it was a mistake. But I woke up in my coworker's house. I have just puke all over my shirt, and my glasses are missing. And I'm like, fuck, what in the hell happened? And I have zero memory. The last thing I remember was coming out of the bathroom.
Tequila night.
There's a lot of that. That was definitely because Patron is my favorite. But I was having mixed drinks and all the above.
Anytime I drink white liquor, it just erases every memory from that night. It's like it never even happened for me.
Yeah, that's pretty much, pretty much how it goes. They're and even my coworkers, I couldn't get them to tell me what happened. None of them would say anything. So I still have no idea what went down that night.
Shit, it's almost done. I don't know if you can see it.
What are you showing? Oh, printing.
I can't see anything, but in my screen.
I like how you got it on the kitchen table with you.
Yeah. Well, you know why.
Yes, I do know what.
That's his vape room. He's in his vape room.
Exactly.
Poor buddy. I really feel bad for you.
Do you feel bad enough to give him a vape room in your house?
No. Because I'm the same situation. I mean, there's my dining room table. There's the living room over there. And then right over this side is the kitchen.
What square footage is that place that you live at? It looks nice and wide open, at least.
It's 1,200 square foot.
Oh, wow. That's pretty nice. So how much are we looking at right now? Like half of it?
No, you just that back part. That's
Yeah.
maybe a third.
A third. Okay.
Maybe even less than that, really. Maybe a fourth.
Yeah.
And it's deceiving. That's actually a pretty long ways away.
Yeah, because it looks big in there. You know, like just I guess deep.
Yeah, it goes back pretty far. It's probably 25, 30 foot back.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
That's pretty good. And is that a pole that I see, or is that like a glimmer of light? It's light. Never mind.
This right here?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
LEDs. We have LED lighting, so it's LED spotlighting. So the entire place looks dark, except for where you need light.
Okay.
And it creates that when you have a camera on it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the pole for?
And then this is our HVAC. So we have exposed ducting because, well, let me just show you. Do you see how it's all exposed?
That's
Oh yeah.
pretty retro.
Well, it's like an industrial look, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotcha.
And then we got the brick. There's my resin printer. And brick, the ceiling goes up. That's about 14 foot from the floor to the top there. And then it goes up another 5 feet because we have open rafters. See? And you can go up another 5 past that.
Oh wow.
And I have LED lights up there that shine on there's a brick wall up there, up above the rafters.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that kind of ducting too. When I worked out in Livermore, I had to install all of our ducting for the well, at least one of the rooms. Most of it was there, and yeah, that stuff sucks. Messing with that stuff, putting the freaking tape around the seams. That tape is horrible to work with.
Braden, it's got 1 bedroom. It was 2 bedroom. Where the 2 recliners and TV are now, that was the 2nd bedroom, but I had them knock that wall out. That's why there's a beam that runs across there. That used to be part of a wall. Keeps the kids away. They don't have any place to sleep now.
Yeah.
I like open floor plans. I'm a big fan of lofts, so I wanted this to look as industrial as possible while still maintaining like rentability, because I'm the owner of this apartment is actually my boss. So he let me do a lot of the design and pick out what I wanted and kind of do the floor plan, because when I first started working here, this was all just old building. This is all basically new. Last August is when it was finished and we moved in. So I kind of helped design the floor plan, the bathroom, the bedroom, so on. Kitchen, I picked out the cabinets, picked out all the vanity tops, and I wanted to go as industrial as possible, but I had a limit just because not everybody likes working in a warehouse like I do, or living in a warehouse.
That's a commercial building too, yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's actually a very large building. So there's an apartment adjacent to this one that's the same size.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I have one neighbor, but who actually rents it is another company, and they only rent it because she's here 2 or 3 times a year for about a month at a time, and it's cheaper to do that than it is to get in a hotel room for her to stay. So it's
off the press.
Empty.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could use her building for your work stuff when she's gone.
Depending on how this works out at this job, I mean, down the line, I could actually take the entire top and we just pop out one of the walls and put a doorway and then take both of them. Because even right now, 1,200 square foot, I pay $1,200 a month rent. But in that 1,200, I get 400 meg a second internet. I get all electric paid. I get water paid, I get trash paid, and I get TV paid for $1,200.
That's good.
Yeah. So for $2,400 a month, I could have 2,400 square foot, all utilities taken care of.
I know if I were paying
I
$1,200 a
wish
month,
I would have something like that.
yeah, $1,200 a month out here will get you an apartment in a ghetto ass neighborhood.
We live in downtown Farmington, like right across the street is a bank, right down the street is the post office, then the main branch office for First State Community. It's pretty cool. Like when they do their country days or Farmington days, our main drag is where the car shows and everything are. So I look out my window and I see all the hot rods lined up and down the main drag, and the parades come down through here. That's pretty cool. I like where we're at.
So you're like in the center of your downtown?
Yep, very center, like the hub.
Yeah. Because post offices are almost always going to be in that
Yep.
main downtown section or whatever.
And then like 5 miles down the road is the main drag that connects to the highway. And that's where all the shopping, like the big shopping is, like your Walmarts and your Harbor Freight, AutoZones. But here in downtown Farmington, where I live, it's all mom and pop shops. So like I got a barber 100 foot away. I got a tower loan right next to me. I got a little hardware, like an Aces hardware store right behind me. It's pretty fun. I like it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. You know, just what we can see in your, you know, in your camera. I've always wondered, as it looks like a really nice, kind of very open and big place. So
yeah, I love it. I mean, I love it a lot. Is it pretty flat? It's rolling hills. It's not mountainous, but it is hilly. All of Missouri is pretty much like that until you get into like the Kansas area. Getting closer to Kansas City down I-70, it starts getting really flat. But I would say it's hilly, rolling hills. And it's really pretty, a lot of greenery. But we have greenery that dies, so it's not always like pine forest. You know what I mean? Everything here is annual, so we have a nice fall. The colors change, leaves fall. Then everything starts to green, brighten back up during the spring. It's a good place to raise a family. It really is.
almost anywhere rural is, like you were already saying earlier, you know, it's easy to live, you know, especially without all the crime and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, our crime down here is, so there's like 3 major towns, and when I say major, they're not major. They're just the three major towns that's not farmland. So you got Farmington, Park Hills, Deloge, and then Von Terre. All 3 were created because of the lead belt mines, St. Joe lead mines. Von Terre is kind of where all the workers lived, and that's where the mines were. And then Deloge area also had a lot of the workers, and then Park Hills. Farmington is actually where all the men lived. So when you drive down Columbia Street, you start seeing these huge, beautiful homes that are built on either side, and it's because that was upper level management for the St. Joe mine. All the workers in like the small row houses are all in Deloge and Park Hills and Von Terre. So it's kind of like people in this area say that people in Farmington think they're better than everybody, and it's not that we're better, it's just that it's a nicer area, and it's grown up quite well. Property values are high here. Yeah, high, and still you can buy cheap here, but it's still high comparatively. And then Park Hills, there's a lot of crime. And then the crime's not really murder or being shot. It's just theft, because there's a lot of heroin addicts and meth heads in Park Hills.
Yeah, okay.
So it's kind of like the armpit of the area.
Yeah, that would be our Bethel Island. What's up, Mike in LA? All right. Good to see you, ID Voca. Thanks for stopping in, brother. You have a good day at work?
Braden, parking is awesome. So we have a parking lot right in the back, and we have 2 spots reserved. That's part of our rent, 2 parking spots. So it's not an issue. And then, of course, the town dies. After 5 o'clock, it's a ghost town because all the shops close, all the business closed, and there's nothing that happens here. So you can park anywhere you want.
Do you guys have any later shopping going on, like a Chevron or anything?
Well, we have like Walmart and all that. So that's all like on the main drag, Karsh Boulevard that heads out to the highway. But here in downtown, the only thing that's really open is 12 West, the restaurant, past 5 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I mean, like more localized to you. Because I know me, like, if like right after we get off tonight, you know, I'm gonna run up to the 7-Eleven and get us some, you know, a light night little dessert type thing. We always get non-dessert things, but you know,
well, where I live, local is within 5 miles.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, 5 miles here takes you 4 minutes because we don't have any traffic. Everybody drives. You know, it's still super close.
Yeah, that is an issue. When I grew up out here, the city was small, so getting across, you know, the city is, I don't know, maybe a 15-minute thing going from edge to edge. Heck yeah, I'll kill for a Frosty. Tracking, Ramon? Wait, what am I tracking? What are we tracking? Miss you too, boo boo. What's up, Mike in LA? But yeah, when I grew up out here, there was like no people, and it was like we had about 3,000 in the city I grew up in. So going places locally was fine, but you know, being that we still live in California and I'm not very far from San Francisco, once we hop on a freeway, we're fucked. Just completely fucked. You can't do anything freeway wise out here. You have to know the back roads. And even nowadays, even if you know the back roads, it doesn't mean anything because now that every little city out here is just way too big.
Our highways are fine unless it's rush hour. So 5 to like 7 is terrible. And it's only terrible when you get closer to St. Louis. So like 35 miles away from here is when it gets bad.
So what are your freeways like? Do you have 2 lanes, 3 lanes, all the above?
It's 2 lanes all the way until Herculaneum area. And then it goes to 4. And then when it gets a little bit closer to the city, like Arnold area, it widens out to 5.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know they started working on our freeways, I don't know, in the 80s sometime. And because the big city where we live that's closest is a city called Concord, and it's even back in the day it was like 150 plus. It's still pretty big. But yeah, we had 1 lane each way, so 2 lanes I guess, but 1 lane each way going all the way to Concord, which is about 15 miles away. And yeah, it took them from the 80s up until now to finally upgrade them, and they were so stupid because they would just do like 1 lane at a time. They took it from 1 to 2, and then eventually the final step they didn't do the 1 step. They took it to 4s and 5s depending on if they had the room and all that. So yeah, the freeways out here are just shit. The Caltrans just definitely is not on top of it at all.
Yeah, it's pretty nice here. If it wasn't for the weather, like I hate the weather here, because in the winter it gets super fucking cold, and in the summer it gets super hot, but it's also really humid. Like we'll have 98% humidity when it's 105 degrees, and you just walk out and instantly you want to just die.
That's the part I would have a hard time dealing with is the freaking I can deal with heat and humidity. I can't deal with cold weather. Anything under 40, I'm just fucking hating life.
Yeah, I think it got to like -10 here this winter.
Whew. What's that like in the morning? Even let's just pretend it's 0. This is not even do -10.
Well, 0. I'm a fat kid, so like I've got a lot of insulation. It doesn't bother me as much. but it's cold. Like your hands are nippy.
But what's it like? Like, let's say starting your car.
Well, so you take precaution before winter hits. You go and you get it winterized. So you get the antifreeze topped off with a little bit more antifreeze in water. You get the car battery, have it checked out to make sure it's got good cold cranking amps. You know, you do all that stuff. Hopefully you have a house that has a garage. That usually knocks off about 30 degrees from outside temp.
Right.
But if you have a reliable vehicle, it's not an issue. If you have an old jalopy that you paid $1,000 for and it's hard to start in the summer, it's probably not going to start at all in the winter.
Yeah, I know. Like, I live about 15-minute drive from my work, and it takes when it gets down to like 32, because that's kind of like our basement. You know, high 20s, low 30s, and yeah, it takes about 7 minutes just for me to feel warmth, and it takes about 3 minutes just for me to be able to go turn my head this way enough to see outside of my front of my window. You know, just
Well,
that
you
little
get the clicker start. Yeah, we got remote start, so we don't even have to open the door. We can just go to our what's that called when you first come foyer, and double click the button, and my car starts, and the heat turns on, and the heated seats turn on, and you give it about 20 minutes, and you go down, and the car's all toasty, the windows defrosted. You're good. You got to have that in Missouri in the winter.
Yeah.
You have a four-wheel drive vehicle. I drive, I don't know if you consider it a sports car. It's a Charger, but it's all-wheel drive that kicks in when the temperature drops below 40 degrees. And you got to have that around here because we get like legit slick roads.
Oh, the iciness.
Icing and snow, yeah.
Yeah.
Minimum you need front-wheel drive, but all-wheel drive is better.
Yeah. I know my car, it's pretty fancy. I'm pretty sure. No, I can't switch to all-wheel drive. No, I just have that traction stabilizing crap. But it's pretty fancy. But I definitely don't have the remote start and all-wheel drive. It's just a Camry. But it's got
you
a
don't
lot
need
of
it if it's always warm.
Was that?
Although even in the summer it helps because you can start it and get the air conditioner kicking and get it cooled down before you get it.
Oh yeah, that would be really nice. I've always wanted it. I just, I don't want to have a separate key because my car's push to start already, and if I get like a secondary aftermarket type, then I'm gonna have to have 2 freaking key fobs.
Yeah, my key fob is also my key. So as long as the key fob's in the car, you can push to start. So, but it also has all the clicky buttons to remote start it and open trunk and whatnot.
Yeah. See, I know my daughter's mom, she just got a new, can't remember what it's called, but I think the one she had that had remote starting was her Jeep. She had one of those new Jeeps, the little square ones. And yeah, those ones, she had it on hers. It came stock, and it's starting to come stock more and more. But mine's like a 2012. So back then, that was when they were starting to do more of this stuff, putting little features in like that.
I used to always drive like used, like super used, like falling apart cars. So I wasn't used to like all these newfangled technologies, and I used to always make fun of people that had them, like calling them pussy and stuff. And then I finally got a car with it, and there's no way I would ever go back. Like, I have to start. I have to have heated seats. I have to have cooled cup holders now.
You mean like MTL?
Yeah, I have to have MTL.
Or I should say actually RTA, excuse me.
Oh, that is a good idea, though, Braden has there. Remote start for his vape.
It's a great idea. Like I told him, I have it. It just only works when you're sleeping.
Oh, man. So the Riviera didn't make it, huh?
It did. Just the cap didn't. So even though it melted sludge all over it, it didn't melt the peak insulator or anything like that. Okay. I was able to pop it off because it just melted around it, formed around it, and I was just able to pop the Ultim or the the Delrin off of it, give it a good cleaning.
Yeah.
Then I put it in the ultrasonic cleaner with some Dawn soap on high heat for about an hour, pulled it out, and looks good as new. So
Okay.
it's still pulled apart. I'm waiting for the in tank sections to get back before I build it again.
Oh yeah, it's worth it. You know, that thing makes a huge difference because I've never tried it without it, but looking at the pictures with your guys's looks so funny to me.
It is
It drive me nuts.
And it's a barely legal Riviera, serial number 18, so I can't get rid of it.
What was that again?
It's barely legal, serial number 18.
Oh yeah, you can't get rid of that number.
Yeah.
Perfect number for Nick.
What do you mean I'll never go squonking again? One of these days I might.
If Nick and we are in the same building, there's definitely going to be some bottom feeding. So
One of us.
Nah, I mean, does the Riviera count as a tank, Nick?
Yeah, it's a squonkable tank.
Everyone just has such a weird, way of thinking about those things and RDTAs and so. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could say you still like tanks even before the dwarf.
Robert Riggin is a reviewer too.
He is. He just doesn't. He keeps them to where like unlisted, where he'll like send you the link and you can he's got some good videos. I have 2 more to watch right now. I just haven't. I watched one the other day. He sent me like 3 links.
Robert, you got to send me them links, bro.
Nick likes links. Yeah, he's got the 415. That's the one I was watching the other day, or I just watched the other day.
I saw that post, but man, it bums me out because when I think about caps, I think that the caps are already in stock and I'm ordering them and they're going to be sent right away. I spent a truckload of money on fucking caps in tank sections and it's going to be a month before I get them and I'm already almost over what I'm bought them for.
That's why I don't go to Never Squonk America. I've heard Philly have that same complaint on various occasions as far as it's not that it's a complaint. It's not really a complaint, I guess, if you know the group, but it's a complaint when you don't know that it's sometimes it's like that.
Anytime you get something from Squonk America, it seems like it takes minimum a month to get it. And they do a great service. I don't want you to get me wrong. Like they bring a lot of stuff that most people can't get. Either they can't get in a group or they don't have the time to get on the list. And these, Scott and Mark go out and work deals with the modders and bring it to the group in a pretty good amount of quantity. But it's just such a long wait. By the time you get it, we're already on to the next new thing. It's basically by the time you get it in your hands.
Well, I would definitely be on that same boat as you because I tend to go through things after about a month and I'm already kind of like, need something new.
Yeah. I didn't used to be that way. I mean, like the Haku Phenom, I probably vaped that thing for a year solid, never had any interest in any other Addy. And then I got the Venom when it came out, and that was awesome for like a second. But I went back to the Haku Phenom, and it wasn't until I got the Wicked that I really started chasing atomizers again. Fucking me.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I'm like with Mike in LA, what he said too. He doesn't mind waiting because he has enough to play with till stuff comes in, and sometimes that's my situation.
Yeah.
To where I have so much stuff that I don't even touch it for a week or 2, but it's not always.
Waiting, I don't mind terrible. It's just when I'm not expecting it. But with caps, I do mind because when I'm getting caps, I'm ready to use the caps now because I'm buying caps because I don't like the cap that it comes with. Like, I hate metal caps. I like Delrin and Ultim caps. And I wanted the new tank sections. And I'm like, yes.
So now, does Never Normal have their own group, or do they do their lists out of Squonk America?
No, Never Normal has his own group, and it's a fairly large group, and he's got a website. And that's how he used to sell everything, was through his website. Like, he'd make a batch, throw it on the website. But I guess he's gotten with the last few drops that he's done. I guess he got with Scott and Mark, and he's been doing a list in his group and a list at Squonk America. Well, this list I didn't realize was part of Squonk America, and I filled out the Never Normal list. And then later I saw it was in Squonk America too, and I'm like, well, fuck me.
Okay. Because if you were to get it directly from his group, it would knock off some time. Yeah.
Well, you would think, but it's not. It's basically the same list posted in both. You know what I'm saying?
So it only knocks off the amount of time it takes for them to get to Squonk America, to Scott and what's his name, and then they have them repackaging them and resending them out.
Yeah, it offloads work from Dylan.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I looked at those things, but I'd only seen it because I'm not in Never Normal's group. I'm only in Squonk America, and the prices put me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but the biggest thing was just the weight, because I've heard Philly just so many times with. I remember his fucking poet, man. His fucking poet. Just every week we went live. Still haven't got no word on the poet. Like that for like 4 lives in a row. So yeah, that's what came to my mind. I was like, I don't want to order from Squonk America because I don't want to wait 2-3 months.
Yeah, and it's just me being an impatient bastard. But I'm in most of the groups now where I can jump on a list. I don't have to wait for a group buy.
What is making this?
And then there's sometimes you get it faster than the people that went to the actual group, like the wormhole tank. I have a good buddy, he might even be in the chat, that gave me a heads up that they were going to be listed on a retail site before.
Yeah, they're on a website. I've seen it for $60.
Yeah, that's where I got mine. So I was able to order my tank, and I had it 2 days later. And they still haven't shipped from the actual group yet.
What kind of tanks options did they have?
Well, they just had the smoked and clear, and then they had the stainless steel caps. I actually tried to get on the group list, but he did like a 30-piece drop randomizer. I didn't win the randomizer. So I was like super happy to be able to go grab it off a website and just get it shipped. It's this dude, the wormhole tank with the SS top cap.
Oh, okay. So that we're not talking about the Riviera specifically, then, yeah.
No, it was just this one time. It was on Stratum's store, so I was able to go grab it there.
Okay. You're not liking that smoke black though, huh?
That makes it look like motor oil, dude. Look at that.
I know. I was like, why is it so dark?
And that's almost clear liquid.
It looks kind of cool, but it also looks kind of gross.
It vapes amazing. I just wish I would have got the clear instead of the smoked.
Well, live and you learn. That's steam tuners.
Yeah, I do have that. I need to get another MTL, another dwarf. How many you got, Dom? I need to buy one.
Of which ones?
The 22 millimeter MTL.
Oh, I only have 2 left now. I want to keep up.
I'll take one.
I have like 4 of the deals.
I'll send you a full pack of wire.
Just hang in there, brother. I'll get you another one.
I just need a deck now because I got the steam tuner cap. I really like that cap. I think it looks good.
Yeah, that cap is nice. I love that cap.
You're right, Ken. That's exactly what it looks like. Yeah, Braden's right. It went from it basically hit all the groups that he was selling caps and tank sections for. So Flavor, Wicked, and then Haku, and it was in Never Normal. But he made a haul, dude. When they posted the doc, I did a quick calculation. There was like $23,000 or $24,000 worth of caps sold, caps and tank sections, at like $20 a piece. I mean, the dude pumped some numbers out there quick.
$20, that's cheap. Usually his caps are like 30 or 40 and 50. I know his steam tuners for the Dorf is like 52 or some shit like that, which is ridiculous.
This cap was 60, and then it was another 25, I think, for the SS top. So it was like $80-something for the wormhole.
Yeah.
It's almost as much as the deck is.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a pretty inexpensive tank too, even when you put the two parts together.
I think the deck is 85, right?
90. No, the MTL is like 96 or 97.
Still under $200. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not complaining. I'm complaining, but
I know, and it's really funny because people are like, oh, why are you selling it over RRP? I'm like, no, dude, you got to fucking count for the $34 of DHL to get it from me if I'm hungry. I mean, what do you fucking think? They ship it for free? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking cover those costs.
I know I'll eat the shipping on most things that I sell.
But if it's continental US, it's one thing. $8 is $8, but $35 is fucking $35.
Yeah, most of my stuff that I've gotten lately has all been shipped in domestically. So,
and Braden's right. The across bait caps, they are some of the most high quality caps that I've had.
Ooh.
But they're expensive. I think I paid $45 for that Venicap plus. I want to say it was like $15, $16, $20, maybe even $30 shipping.
Those are the ones with like the Ultim top.
Yeah, they look so good, dude.
Yeah, they look really nice.
I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, go for it. So what you doing over there, Dominic? I can't see you on my phone or on my computer, so.
Oh, nothing. I'm just putting together this mod. I'm just printing out the faceplate towards it. So I finally got all the pieces to fit the way I want it to.
Okay.
That's about it. So I got the click fed in. Oh, you said you can't see, right?
No, I can't see. I can see it on my thing, but it's got like 30-second lag. So I'll see it in a second. There it goes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You got the click fed in.
Yeah, I got the click fed in. And just right now, the fucking button and faceplate just got fucking printed. It's great having this little printer, though, I'll tell you that right now. Just for the simple fact that I can print all the prototypes and have them here in hand on the spot. You know what I'm saying?
Been enjoying it then, I take it.
Yeah, brother. I mean, like I said.
I don't think FC ever came back, did he? Maybe I should text him. Oh, yeah, he did.
I don't know.
Straight him.
Luxury and handmade vape products.
Nice.
That's my affiliate link drop for the night.
Is that your club card?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Like that.
That looks good.
Yeah, I love this little fucking guy. I got two of them. That's the other one. Love that too.
Was that the katana, Nick?
No.
No, he's teasing me.
This is the katana.
So what was the other one?
It's the one that I want that he won't give me.
No, that's this one.
It didn't look like the Rapture.
Right there. That's
Yeah, that's
one.
the Rapture. Oh my God, what do you dogs want? Stupid dogs come and open my door.
And then I got this piece of
Nick's favorite.
It is. It's all I've been using for a week.
Well, I mean, when you take all that, the amount of juice that you're saving into consideration, I'm sure it's pretty hard to put it down too.
Yeah, and it's just super satisfying.
And there's always the convenience factor of not having to blow big clouds, especially when you're out and about.
Yep. Yeah, that's definitely a work vape. Like, I can take it to extremely silent so nobody can hear it, one. And then two, if you just hold that vapor in for 5 seconds before you exhale, it's almost not even there.
So that thing's pretty smooth then, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's fucking badass.
It's fucking badass.
I hate to say it. I hate that I like it so much.
I'm just happy that you finally gave it because you had given up over there for a while, but I'm really happy that you went back to it.
Well, I built it like a normal atomizer. You know, I threw a 2.5 millimeter alien in it, jammed some cotton in there, and it just produced zero flavor. Like zero on 3 mil freebase neck. But I put the temp control wire in, and then put the salt neck in, and it's like, oh shit, this is what I'm looking for. That's exactly right, Ken. Well, I work with a lady who claims that she's allergic to everything. So, and it's a lot of chemical stuff she's allergic to. So we can't have air freshener. We can't use Febreze. Nobody can use Gain detergent. If somebody comes in with any cologne or perfume on, she has to open both doors of the building and air it out. And I'm sure she has a problem. But
yeah, it's fucking mental.
I would always vape in my office. And she never had a problem with it, right? Until one time she heard me vape because I think I was running something really loud and gnarly with a big old alien in it. It was just crackle and pop and sounded ridiculous. She heard it and she thought it was like an air freshener. So she come running my office wanting to know what it was. And she goes, oh, it's your vape. And I'm like, yeah. And she goes, well, you can't vape that. And I'm like, what are you talking? I'm allergic to it. I said, well, I don't think so because I've been vaping the entire time you've been working here and you've never had a problem. And so I just started chucking clouds at her and she was like, yeah, it's probably not that. Well, like 2 weeks later, she went to my boss. So my boss came to me and said, you know, you can't do that anymore. And I'm like, okay. So I had to find something that I could vape that she wouldn't hear because I leave the door to my office open a lot. Or see the cloud. Well, this fits the bill. Because I get tired of walking outside every time I need to take a toot. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm fucking busy when I'm at work. I don't want to have to go stop what I'm doing to stand outside for 5 seconds to get a couple hits. Like, it's less productive than if I just fucking take a toot here and there and keep going. So
it's different than being a smoker. You don't have like your cigarette is like your time limit, and
Right.
you don't have that with vape. You get bored more than anything, faster than anything when you're trying to do it that way. So.
Well, what I would do is just every 2 hours, I'd walk outside for basically 15 seconds.
Right.
And then come back in. But with this, I can just when I feel that urge, I just fucking hit it and then I'm good. And it's seamless.
And you get the nick to make you last a good amount of time. You got your small clouds, nice and smooth airflow. So
yeah,
a lot of winds there.
I would like a smaller setup. I don't think this is huge by any means, but I don't need a 21700 for the MTL. Let's be honest. So a really nice compact 18650, like a Danny tube, maybe is what I'm looking at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That would do really well.
But you want something regulated?
Yeah, I'm really fond of the temp control.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to worry about overheating the cotton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Side by side. What do you mean, Mike? What do you mean by a side by side? Oh, like a drop tank? Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Dane's working on something that I think he's working on a drop tank as we speak. So if it comes out as cool as I think it will, then I would definitely go for that.
That's the one where the battery side's like this, and then the 510 side's like this, and it essentially looks like a tube, but the other side kind of with the tank on it kind of evens out the battery tube side.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it makes the overall mod shorter. So
yeah, there you go.
You don't have the tank sticking up top. The tip extends just past the top of the mod.
Yeah.
The Russian Modder Guild does some really kick-ass drop tanks, and I would love to get one of those.
Yeah, those look pretty cool. They definitely have a very stealthier look than just having a regular old mod.
Yeah, it's got to be done right. Like I've seen a couple recent that just don't look good to me. But let me see if I can find the one on Russian Modders Guild real quick, and then maybe you can post a link to see what I think is badass.
Yeah. Do you want me to make you a moderator so you can post the link?
I don't care.
I can do that. It'll make it easier because I'm not.
Can I screen share?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can screen share. No problem. You should be able to at least. I haven't, we are using the webinar thingy.
All right, I'm going to try to screen share. This may kill everybody. Where I do it, share?
Yes, the share button. And then it'll have a bunch of options and you'll do screen. There it goes. You're good.
So that's that to me is badass. And it's a little DNA 60 mod.
Oh, shit. Heck yeah. It took me a minute because I have to wait for it on my iPad. Heck yeah. That's crazy with the little window, but still kind of enclosed too.
Yeah. To me, that it's pretty close to perfect for my style. I even like the engraving, that geometric design.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Hell, I even like the color, that purple fade to black.
Oh, that fade is nice.
How do I stop sharing? Oh, there it is.
Well, yeah, I like that. Who makes that? RMG mods?
Russian Modders Guild, yep. RMG mods.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, I don't know which ones I've seen, but I haven't seen that one yet. Not with that little top section.
And then I also think the die codes, I'd have to get used to the die codes.
You'll get used to it. It's pretty easy. I should have never got rid of mine. I'm looking for one actually now. Fucking stupid.
Dyco's has heat temp control.
Yeah, and it does.
But something
Just-
like that, little 22 millimeter stick, 18650 joint. I think that'd look pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, it does.
I fucking love this share stuff. Why have we not been using this before?
You can always use it, brother. I don't ever share. I don't ever have anything to show off, and you guys are definitely deeper in the game with gear.
But those are the two that I'm thinking right now. I'd rather have the Russian Modders Guild little drop tank box, just because I think it's slick. But
Yeah, that one was really cool. I like tubes. I mean, you guys know me already.
yeah, we know you like tubes.
This is my favorite one. Little interesting little tube here.
Hold on, let me get back.
I know I hadn't gotten it ready, but I didn't put a battery in it.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't know how well you can see it, but this is like a twine they have on it. It's really comfortable in the hand for gripping and stuff. So it's burrowed its way into my heart.
Oh,
But yeah. Which one do you think you'll end up going with, the tube or the other one?
I'm gonna give it a minute because right now what I have is perfectly acceptable. I don't need anything else. It's just a want. I would prefer to wait for that RNG mod just because it's DNA 60 and I know DNA, I know Evolve, and I just love it. That's the main thing. I love it. Love the way it looks. But I might wait till Dane finishes prototype, because if his prototype is cool enough, I'll just run that, because that would be the cheapest option. I'll just have him send me a body and then I'll laser it up the way I want. Send it back to him and have him build it.
Have you seen it?
I haven't.
He's just starting to work on it, right?
Yeah, and then he won't show us anything until it's ready to order, basically, because he doesn't like when I shit on his stuff. Even though he loves to shit on stuff I do, he doesn't like it when I tell him and pick out flaws. So he waits until it's like ready to go before he shows anything.
Kind of like the Diablo Plus.
Yeah,
that's the biggest mod I ever seen.
Yeah, well, yeah. And in that picture that he showed, that was the first time I had seen it when he posted it to the group.
Right. But I can tell that jab was intentional,
Well, because he said when he's drawn it, he's like, I hate this. It looks so big. It's so stupid. And that's it.
So you took that and ran with it.
Yeah, plus, he always tells me my mods are huge, so whatever. Yeah, Robert, I'm not a fan of the BMM. I know I'm going to catch shit for this. I don't like the new BMM mods. Ever since the Tiny V2, I don't like the aesthetics of the BMM mods. And I definitely do not like the aesthetics of the light nicely, or whatever it's called.
X1 for Booyah RDA.
Yeah, I don't know how far along he is on that. Again, that'll be one of those things that he'll get finished before he shows. He's been pretty busy lately, so I don't know how much time he's actually had to work on it. Plus, he designs at work on company time. He doesn't. like I have it here at home, so I'll spend a weekend just drawing a mod. So I'll kick a mod out in a weekend, maybe two. He can only do it while he's at work, so it takes him more time.
Yeah. And the Booyah is actually going to be a true collaboration between you guys, right?
Yeah, it'll be designed by him. I might do like some of the prototyping. I'll probably have some input on it, but for the most part, he's going to be the one that draws it up.
And but the specs you guys have, as far as like what you're looking for in an Addy, those things you guys talked about.
Yeah, I mean,
talked about with each other. Yeah,
obviously going to be 22 millimeter. It'll be dual-sided airflow, obviously, because everybody hates single-sided for whatever reason. I think we want to go with airflow inserts just because that seems to be a trend. Plus, it's nice to be able to change the airflow. I really like changing the air that way. I don't like twisting my cap down. I always feel like it changes the way it vapes. Not just reducing the air, where an insert just reduces the air, but it still vapes the same, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there's no change in air direction at all.
Yeah, so it'd probably have inserts. Now that I've done some of these like simpler deck designs that just work really well, like the whole, it's all about the ramp. You know what I mean? Like even the Hussar had it, the Hussar V1, which I thought was an excellent adding. The Narda, anything that has a ramp or a directed airflow, the Skyfall with the insert that brings the air directly to the coil, not just air coming in a cap. Those all seem to provide better flavor than something that just has two holes on either side.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of one-sided airflow, but it's not the one-sidedness. It's not the air sound. For me, it means it's going to be a tighter Addy. So that's my only.
Wicked's airy.
Not for my speed. I'm Riviera. The Riviera is like my perfect vape.
The Wicked with the wide open airflow is not airy enough for you?
It's definitely no. Yeah, it doesn't have nearly as much as the Riviera would or does.
The Wicked with a D.
Yes, I had both. I did not like the big one. It was way too tight. Still, I had to bump down to like 40 watts with that one.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I think the regular Wicked, this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's got a lot of airflow.
Not for me. I mean, B2K is a little more airflow than
It is.
It's not a perfect airflow for me, but I like it more wide open like that.
Yeah, the B2K definitely has got a lot of airflow.
Robert, you didn't win an S-Take today. You basically signed up for me to win through you. You were a surrogate to me winning the S-Take, and I appreciate it.
Surrogate. Yeah, Robert, your baby mama.
When it comes to the S-Tank, yes.
This is my S-Tank baby mama.
Hey, Dom, what are you whistling on?
What?
What kind of flute are you playing right now?
The hand flute.
Is that a Wicked?
Yeah.
Why is it whistling like that? I've never had whistle from mine.
Because I wasn't vaping hard.
Oh.
If I go slow, it'll whistle.
I got you.
You gotta vape hard, buddy.
Yeah, it's one-sided, Braden, but it comes directly underneath the coil, so you guys let that pass.
Right. Hence what I was trying to say before, you got to try something out before you fucking knock it. Everybody loves the Wicked, and it's a one-sided airflow, but everybody made us think about the fucking 415.
Not everybody likes the Wicked. We hates it. Jay Hayes hates it. There's a lot of people that don't like it just because it's one-sided air.
I don't like it. But
Ramon doesn't like it.
Ramon Alcor.
Ramon.
I think the Wicked was a glorious atomizer for the
It's
amount.
very nice. I like it. I agree.
I also think the Narca is really good. In the Narda, I don't know that I'll keep either one just because they're expensive. The Narda is a bitch to build, and I can get similar flavor from a Skyfall or from a Flavor, and a Flavor is a $140 atomizer. To me, I think part of the draw of the Narca and the Narda is just in the name alone. You know what I mean? And the mystique that is around it. And I don't want to say it's got a lot of hype. Jay did a
But it
review
was,
on Wicked.
it definitely was,
Yeah.
it definitely was a building block for a lot of atomizers. So I will admit to that.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure, and you can see that. And I'm sure, like 2 years ago when it came out, it was revolutionary.
Yeah, Jay never reviewed the Wick. He said in the video that a lot of people have been asking him to do it, but he has no interest in one-sided airflow.
What did he do then that
Fuck
was
Jay.
one-sided? I'm almost positive he did the Wick.
He did SMMs. That was one-sided airflow. I can't remember the name of it, but Suck My Mod had a one-sided airflow come out not so long ago.
Man,
And I think he did one more, but that's the only one I remember was the SMM one.
That motherfucker always has something to say.
yeah, Flavors easily had for a hundo and a BST, and it's an amazing RDA, like simply amazing. Way underrated, way underpopularized. It's a great RDA.
He did do the Poet. Is Poet one-sided?
I don't know. I think the Poet's the one that looks like a Haku Vina.
Well, it looks a lot like the one I just got, the Aeon, because it's got a lot of those peak blocks. But I've never owned it. I've only seen videos. Yeah, I thought Poet was one-sided.
But if I can only have one Addy, man, I'd have to be sucking off these hobos.
How about you, Dom?
Right there.
If I had to have one Addy, oh man, Jesus Christ.
Let's kill
Give him-
myself.
My Maverick.
Really?
I love my Maverick. Yeah, I like it. I love the airflow.
You're going to end up losing it. Then you'd have zero Addies.
I know. I know, right? So far I didn't lose this one.
Oh,
I'm trying to get my hand on the T. But fucking hard as hell.
yeah.
I've never tried any of the Hellfire stuff.
Want to? I'll send it to you.
I don't think he'll like the Maverick. It's too much work for Nick as far as building goes.
Oh, is it difficult?
It's a little, you got to tinker with it a little bit, and you definitely want to use smaller coils. And it's a little hard to build just because of the posts are kind of in an awkward spot. You know, it's not like it's not one where they set up the post to be screwed down based on, you know, a coil being higher and lower, and you know, they didn't make it
awkward than this one, because this one is as awkward as they come. A complete pain in the ass. I don't know if you can see it.
Where are your leads going there?
The leads are going directly straight across where the coil is, so you have to bend the arm out, the lead 90, and then you bow tie the cotton around the post.
Here, I got mine right here. I want to say yes, but I'm not positive. So, am I holding it in a good spot? I can't tell.
Come closer.
Closer.
Oh yeah, that does look weird.
It's the posts are here, but the airflow is or the this is the for the coil rod, and here are your posts, and the airflow comes in from the side right here. So these posts just kind of get really wide when you're trying to build it, and you got to really hold them in when you're building it. I do the wraparound to get it built, but that's the only hard. It's just it's not a plug and play kind of a thing. But when you're top cap and the way it works is really cool. You spin the top cap and you can to adjust the airflow, and it's got these little bars that raise and lower as you turn the top of the top cap, and you can get really smooth airflow with this. When you cut it down, you can get it pretty silent.
Well, send it to me, Dom. I'll give it a whirl.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll send you that in the Air Labs because I think you would like that.
I appreciate it.
No problem, brother.
That is one of the things I like about it is what we said. It's got a lot of, well, it can have any kind of airflow, but I run it a little more like halfway open.
Robert, what is a DAB edition Hobo Drifter? What's the DAB stand for?
Dick and vaginas?
Yes. Makes sense to me. Oh yeah, that's right. That you got that from Robert, Dominic.
Which one?
The Maverick.
Yeah, I told you guys that.
I know he's put in the chat. He said Dom just got that Mav from me, and I completely forgotten that you gotten it from him.
Yeah, he has my Hussar too, but he's not willing to release.
Legacy?
No, he's got the V1.
V1 is a wonderful atomizer.
I know, but he's asking too much money. So whenever he decides to come down with the price, I'm all for it.
V1 value dropped so hard.
Good. I know. I've seen him for 60 and 80.
Yeah, I think I sold mine for $60, and it had like 15 top caps.
Yeah. I must have not have known you then.
You didn't. I didn't know you.
I just like to buy them because I just want to see how they vape. You know what I'm saying? Just the experience. For the most part, shit. I don't know.
It's a restricted draw, but it's glorious. The only thing is it's a pain in the butt to build because it's like flat header.
Yeah, I've seen the back on it.
It's kind of like the Narco without the guides.
Yeah, without the ramps.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But every now and then I always go back to my oldies. You can never go wrong.
You'll find one, Dominic. You search those BSTs
I do. Yeah.
pretty regularly.
Yeah, I got the Hussar back when not everybody was making top caps. I don't think Never Normal was making caps, but he was doing those stupid ones that had the integrated tip, and they were just hideous looking. So you could only get like Visquette and Mum's caps back when I had my Hussar, and they were so rare to get.
I know I gotta get some Hussar stuff.
I mean, the Legacy was on, I believe, Stratum had it up.
Yeah, for like $100.
No, it was like more than that.
Yeah, that satin eye cap was almost $100 by itself, if I remember right.
Yep. It was like 90.
But if you haven't had one, you need to get one, Dom. You'll like the Hussar.
Oh, I will eventually. I told you I had like.
I still don't know why I sold mine.
I got one person I'm talking to right now for a knocker with a bunch of accessories, and then another guy was supposed to get back to me with the Skyfall. That's why I was asking you if you had an extra one, because I'd rather get it from you. You know, I don't have to go through the fucking vouch bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Unless I know the person. If I know the person, you know, it's a lot smoother. But
God, I hate the vouch stuff.
I know. Well, when I didn't know Robert, I mean, I just asked you guys, and you guys were saying he's good, so I didn't even bother to ask the vouchers on him. So
I've
I mean,
never
I took
once
your
asked
word
for
for
a
it.
vouch.
I know, but when we were talking about that one certain person, I don't want to mention his name on here.
CJ
But,
Reynolds.
okay. You know, he's got a nice fucking setup, but you know, I mean, I could always go fucking goods and services and claim my money back and pay the fucking money. You know what I'm saying?
He never had any intention to sell that anyway, but he was using that for trade bait. He put it at a low price so people would contact him.
Well, he's still contacting me. You know, I don't know.
I've had a couple experiences with CJ. He's not on my friends list, and he is one of the few people that's been blocked and banned from Mod Bros. So I'll say it: don't ever do a trade deal or sell or buy to CJ. It's more hassle than it's worth.
I know when I went over to the Vape Court group, and I seen a lot of the, people will post the screenshots of their messaging when they're dealing with somebody, and man, just reading over these conversations of people, there's always one person who is just a pain in the fucking ass to deal with, and I'm guessing CJ's one of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
In my experience.
Yeah, I just and I don't know. It's such a. That's why I don't like doing BSTs, because it's just such a. You just don't know who you're dealing with until you're at least midway through the deal. You know,
That's
at least
why it's so nice to deal with somebody that is known to be a good.
Right.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I can't get this fucking plate right. It's my third print.
What I've done is when I buy something from somebody, I'll message them and I'll say, if I need to see more pics, like if I need to see the bottom of a deck, got pics, yeah, they send it. And if I want it, I'm just like, okay, send me your PayPal address. I don't fuck around and ask for a voucher, but they're always wanting to give me, they're like, I can start a group for vouchers. And I'm like, no, that's all right. Just let me give you money. You know what I mean? I want to lock this deal down before somebody comes in and snatches it from me. Let's get this shit going.
Yeah.
All right, I got it to click.
Robert says that he has.
I don't know if you can hear that.
All right. You're halfway there now.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
So.
Which is that your click fit?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is, baby.
Oh, you got that exposed battery going.
Yeah.
It's a Mod Bros joint right there.
How you liking it, Nick?
I like it.
Honest.
How are you going to do your top contact for the battery?
I told you, remember? Direct contact with the pin.
Okay.
Do you remember?
No,
I told you.
I do remember. I didn't know if that was the same mod.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the
That's
one.
why I was asking you about the gauge of wire inside, because I just ordered these silver rods, and I want to order the 14 gauge, but I says, you know what? I put a hold on it, and I was gonna wait till the 510s.
So you realize that the 510, when you screw the addy in, that pin protrudes down, right?
Right, and I could put like a little plate on the bottom.
Well, no, you just let it hit the battery.
Right, I want to put basically the pin coming out of the silver pin coming out of the addy, out of the 510, and maybe solder a flat plate on the bottom just to give it a little bit more strength.
You don't need to, though. If you get a Veritube,
No.
you don't need to because it's a huge pin. It's about that big around.
Yeah.
It would cover the entire positive portion of the
Positive portion of the battery, correct.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Go to veritube.com and get one of their 510s, their V2 510. And it protrudes down probably a good quarter of an inch when you screw the Addy on.
Yeah,
So,
I just cannot exceed over 13.5 millimeters. So it has to be a pretty short 510.
it is. It's 11 mil.
Oh, great. That's even better because that'll keep room.
Yeah.
Awesome. I will definitely check them out.
It's what I use in the Blasphemy for that exact reason, because I needed the small 510.
Right.
So Robert's talking to you down in the chat there, Dominic. He says he has a second Hussar V1 he'll let go for 80. It's not limited edition, but it's a genuine article V1. And then he said STL, Dom, but I don't know, question mark, but I don't know what that means.
STL is a file for a 3D print.
Oh, that's right. I remember hearing you guys talk about those.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky. Trust me, like Trump would tell you, don't deal with CJ.
Trump don't like CJ either, huh?
I'm not going to go into the whole story. Let's just say that I would never vouch for him, and I would actually steer people away from him.
Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, I take your guys' words for it. I mean, especially if you already had an experience, there'd be no reason for me to try to get into something and have a bad experience. Then I'd be asking for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, so as far as that goes, I'm good.
Sick boy's back.
All right, gentlemen. I love you guys. Thank you very much. But I got to get up in the morning. I got to go to work.
Oh, right when I was going to show you my new RDA.
Go ahead. I'll wait for it, buddy.
Oh.
You know that. I love to support.
Is that a 415?
It's an Aeon. It's got like this big block of peak in there for the airflow direction.
Uh-huh.
Nice wide open little Addy. Or yeah, I could say it wide open. You can adjust it down pretty heavily on it. It's pretty good. I'm really liking it.
Looks nice.
Yeah, I mean, I saw you posted a picture of it, but you didn't post a picture of the deck. So, but it looked nice.
Yeah, sick boy. I like it. Oh, there's Mountaineer Vapes. Hello, Mr. Mountaineer. But yeah, I really like it. I think you guys know, but the guy who made them, he shipped them all to me, and then I shipped them out to everybody yesterday that bought one. It was a pretty fun experience. I felt like a baller.
Who makes them?
Vanquish Mods is the name of the group. They came out of Taiwan. I think the guy's name, Vance. I think the guy's name's Vance, who runs the group.
That's very familiar. It's ringing a bell, but I just can't pinpoint it.
Yeah, same. It sounds familiar, but I.
All right, gentlemen.
You out of here, Dominic?
I am, but I got to go to work.
Dom, congrats on the new position, dude. Happy
Thank
for
you
you.
very much.
Yeah. Congratulations,
I will talk to you gentlemen tomorrow.
All right, buddy.
Peace out.
All right, we'll see you, buddy. Oh, good old Dominic.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He seemed a little tired today. What do you think?
He's concentrating on that mod.
Oh, that's what it was. I keep forgetting about that. So, how many hobos you trying to pick up for yourself there, buddy?
I don't know. I'll probably stop at 3. Maybe get another one just to even it out.
I feel like you're not satisfied with 3. Even when you said that, you're like, oh, I guess I'll stop it. I don't know.
Well, because of the way I vape, I do a rotation on RDAs. Like as one gets dirty, I throw it aside. I don't clean it right away, and I go to the next one. So if I could have 3 or 4, that would almost give me a full rotation, and I could get a month's worth of vaping out of the Addies.
So what are your Addies in rotation? I mean, I know the Hobo.
Okay, Wicked, Flavor, Phenom, Riviera was. It's not anymore. Karma, and I guess that's it.
Well, that's not too bad. And you have multiples of all of them, or just the Hobo at the moment?
Oh, and a Skyfall. I had a Skyfall in that rotation too.
Is
No,
it?
I've had multiples of them, but I usually buy multiples and end up weeding it back down to just one.
Oh, yeah, that's. Oh, look at Mountaineers posting links for his review of the Oxy RDA. You guys want to go check that out?
And then, of course, I picked up the Nard and the Narca to put in a rotation. But I'm probably going to sell those just because I don't like having that much money laying around in 2 atomizers.
Which ones again?
The Nard and the Narca.
Oh, yeah.
That's $600 just in 2 atomizers, and that's not my speed.
I feel the same way. Even this Maverick I'm gonna sell I love it, but I'd rather have the money, and I'd rather keep my $100 Addies that give me just as much pleasure. You know, that one's closer to 200. So
I like if I can only have one, it'd be the Hobo, and I don't know why, because I hate dual coil, but I love it on this thing. It's got a lot of air, but it's fine when it's got 2 coils. You know what I mean? Plus, I've got the single coil insert, so I can jam that in, so one of them can be dual, one of them can be single. It's just, and it's pretty. I love the way it looks. I can't get over how aesthetically pleasing it is to me.
that's my number one factor as far as when I decide if I'm going to keep it or not. That's the one thing I'm looking at the most.
Same.
You know, even like this flavor, you know, love it with this setup. And just for that reason, just the aesthetics of it already, I kind of felt like I would keep it forever.
The flavor?
Yeah, the flavor, yeah.
Beautiful atomizer.
But when I matched it up with this, I even fell in love with it twice as much, you know. But I don't love the airflow.
On the flavor?
Yeah, it's tight for me. It's tight.
Oh, that's my perfect airflow, is what the flavor has.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's not bad. I mean, it's something that I'll probably never get rid of, or at least if I do get rid of, something's gonna have to be pretty damn fancy to replace that.
Something like this, probably. This is probably my favorite setup right here. I never leave home without it.
Oh,
It's the
looks like a very, very colorful mod.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Is that your first RX conversion?
No.
Is that a Geek Vape mod, or?
I don't know what it is.
What the hell is that thing on top of it? Is that like?
It's a Pulse 22, brother.
The thing on top?
This?
I mean, it reminds me of like the Knights of the Round Table, but like the part they put on their head.
I think it looks just like a Jenna. Dude, it doesn't to you? It's the same height.
Oh,
the airflow. Oh, right there, it does look like a helmet, doesn't it? With the
yes, that's exactly. That's what it was the airflows.
That's the mod.
Vapor Storm Power 200. Puma 200.
Yeah, Puma 200.
Okay, I can see it better now over here. Yeah, Mountaineer says that he hates it when his money piles of money get too high as well.
That's not a problem I've ever had. My piles are always small.
Yeah,
I'm 100 there.
don't get it twisted. It's all about those 100 airs. We rule the market. You can I know out here you can still rent motels by the hour, baby.
Yeah, you can do that down here too.
That's where a true 100 air goes.
Yeah.
Just need an hour, probably even less than that.
I just need 5 minutes.
You need 5 minutes. Can we break that down into quarter payments?
I'm dressing in the car. I just need 5 minutes.
I'll even use your bathroom in the back if you let me.
No, I brought baby wipes.
Stacks of pennies here, dog. Ooh. Ouch.
I don't know what he's talking about. He's making all them fat stacks off his reviews and that live stream.
Heck yeah. He's got a sponsor over here. He's got a sponsor over here.
Yeah.
Sponsor over here. He's got a sponsor over there.
Although he needs to stop letting Eric spam his Patreon and get his out.
No, you want Eric to spam. Taco Tuesday? I think that's what that means.
I wonder how Eric's doing with his media studio.
I'm curious.
I'm kind of curious what kind of media studio you built for $2,500.
You probably know more about this than I do because my media studio is my desk. So what defines a media studio?
Well, I mean, I'm assuming he's going to want a mixer, some studio monitors, nice amp,
Okay.
good mic. Probably need some headsets of some sort. And a camera, like you got to have a good camera, not a Logitech like we're using. You need that 4K joint. Even the one that you use for your 4K videos is nice.
Yeah, I use my phone.
That's your phone?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's why like everything's reversed on my up closes because I'm using the front camera. Like if you look at my logo, it's reversed backwards.
Dude, your phone does really good video.
Yeah, I would say that the quality is really, really high. It's just the lenses themselves are just, it is what it is kind of thing. I'll never be able to like upgrade to a wide angle or anything, So
That makes sense, Robert. If Phoenix let him keep some of the equipment.
I like what Sick Boy said. Spare room equals media studio.
Well, no, he's going to have the shed media studio. He's building a shed out. Now, here's something he said that I didn't understand. He's building a shed out where there's no electricity. So he has to do all his cutting at the house and then walk like 100 yards to his shed. Well, how the fuck is he going to run a media studio without electric?
Yeah, you need electricity.
And I don't think like a 100-foot or 200-foot cord is going to handle that.
No. You can't run a...
And if you're going to run electricity, why wouldn't that be the first thing you do? And run an electric standard right out there that you can plug into. You know what I mean?
Because he only had 2,500.
Yeah. I feel like you got to have some basics though, like electric. I feel is pretty something that you really need before you plug all your electronics in.
Right. I mean, you can get away with some stuff being battery powered in the world of what we use. Like the camera, that can be battery powered really easily. Your lighting can be battery powered. But that's pretty much it. When it comes to like breaking down the video and putting all your different cuts into a computer, like you're not going to be able to do that in there. It's literal, but even the lighting, like this light right here, it's a cheapie, but this is battery powered. This will only get me like an hour of good lighting. After an hour, it's crap lighting. So,
Well, if it's going to have power ran, Robert, why wouldn't you do that first before you build? Like when I was in construction, one of the first things that came out was an electric standard so we could plug our tools into it. Like that was like foundation, electric standard, then we built.
Yeah, I mean, Steve has a good point. When you look at Bill's hamsters running his internet, you just do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
But no, I would think he's going to run at least one breaker, a 130 amp breaker to that room, because you gotta have at least one full line ran there. Yeah, you don't want to do extension cords.
Getting the chinchillas.
Chinchillas.
I don't know. Maybe it's just a different way of doing things. There's like a set process that I would go through on something like that, and electric would be one of the first things. Because running on generators, that's what you would normally do is run off a generator.
But that's going to be an issue with his audio.
Yeah.
So he couldn't do well. I mean, he could, even if they're outside. You're still going to hear him through your mics and stuff.
I mean, I hope he does well because he's a good dude.
Oh, I think he will. I mean, his videos, I think, just the way that he is went about it. I mean, he's definitely already got the foundation for his videos, and I know that stuff's definitely gonna be stressful putting it all together, but I think his videos will still be good. It's
as long as he stops rapping, I think he'll do well. Although I wouldn't mind seeing a collab between you and him. He can DJ and you be the B-boy. I think that would be fucking hilarious. I would totally watch that. I would subscribe and ring the bell if those were the kind of videos I was going to get weekly. I might even sign up on Patreon.
I might even sign up. Hey, we both know a little bit about editing. We wouldn't even need to be in the same town to get that done.
No. You could B-boy out on your parking lot at the post office on your cardboard, send him the clip, and he could splice you in.
Especially with music videos and stuff, you only hold focus to one thing at a time. For about, I don't know, 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like you're constantly switching frames.
And you could both be rocking your Jay Hayes tattoos. Dude, it would be glorious.
Get it on my neck.
Please. Will the post office allow that?
Yeah, they're okay with tattoos.
Neck tattoos, though? Like, my work's okay with tattoos, but if I came in the office and had a giant neck wrap, they're probably going to be like, yeah, you got to find another job, bro.
I mean, I can't say I've seen too many people with big ones, but a lot of people with neck tattoos, just like little names or whatever.
Yeah, lightning bolts.
Yeah, stupid stuff. But the one guy who has a lot of tats at our work, I mean, because I got 2 tats, but mine are covered. And he's got a full sleeve, and there's no big deal with it.
It's definitely getting more accepted. I mean, when I was a youngin', any tattoo was taboo when you went to get a job. That shit better be covered.
Oh, fuck yeah. Even when I was growing up, when I first got into the work industry at 17, Yeah, it was tattoos were still a very heavily not so accepted thing at that point. That was like 97.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not it's barely 20 years ago.
Well, a tattoo was something you went and got when you were being rebellious. You know, and then everybody associated tattoos with bikers and outlaws.
Gangsters, drug dealers.
Yep. Now it's a fashion statement, which I kind of appreciate because I like a good tattoo. I mean, eventually I wouldn't mind having a full sleeve.
I was thinking about getting Mountaineer as tramp stamp.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I wanted to show support into, to Steve's buy side. I just feel like it's a perfect way to do it.
Yeah, Mike, I'm not saying you can't be professional. It's not about that though. It's about the appearance in how people perceive you in a professional workspace. I guarantee you right now that, especially in my area, if I was fully tatted and looked like a tattoo artist and was trying to deal with people on a professional level, they would seek light elsewhere. And that's not me saying tattoos are bad. I love tattoos. Have them. But that's not everybody. And a lot of people don't want to go into an office where they're seeking professional, like a lawyer or an accountant, something like that, or a doctor, and see them fully tatted. That's just how it is. Not that it's good or right. It's just how it is. Yeah, face tats, they throw me off too. Like,
if you're a face tat, you have face tats, you better be a rapper or something, like professional.
Yeah. Or don't mind being unemployed.
Yeah.
Face tats are a serious commitment.
Yeah. Growing up, I had this one friend. He was always in and out of prison. And one time he came out, he had Norte, just fucking all right here, and he even had the little curve to his eyebrow and everything. And it was big, like when I put my finger up here, like it was the whole hair, all the way up to the hairline. It was so big, and it probably started here and ended over here. Just like a Mike Tyson one, but it said Norte. But I would think the post office doesn't care too, because Oakland and San Francisco are both our main hubs, and the amount of people that they hire out of those cities is tremendous. Like there's a massive amount of people running our facilities where all the mail moves, and a lot of them aren't everyday good people. We get a lot of dill holes who come through just trying to steal mail and shit. So
Mike brings up a good point. It does depend on where you're located. LA, I can see it being totally acceptable, but it's not like that here. This is still a very conservative area, very conservative.
Or a vapor reviewer. I like Manson though. Manson was a pretty cool guy.
He would have made a great leader.
Who was that other one? The Bob or no? The other serial killer is pretty famous.
Not
Manson, but
Bundy.
Ted Bundy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see
I just watched that special about him. That movie with
Zach something.
Yeah, Efron.
Yeah. Good movie, dude.
It made me like Zach. Like I was bummed when he got caught. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, he's such a good guy.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt the whole freaking movie. I was like, why did they arrest him? He's innocent.
Yeah.
It's clear. Look I'm seeing Zac Efron. He's innocent.
He's just a good family man. He loves his kids.
He loves his wife.
Leave him alone. You're obviously incorrect.
Yeah. And then at the end, he writes chainsaw on the little like a fog on the window for his wife.
Like, how did you kill him? Or
yeah. And then you're like, fuck, that just ruined the whole movie.
Here's the thing, though. If he's not killing you, he's a super great guy to be around. So just stay on his good side. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, sometimes you got to let the freak out.
Well, it's kind of like one thing when you were talking about your coworker earlier, my only thought is if she's allergic to everything, how the hell is she still alive? And those are the kind of people that we need services for. We need Ted Bundys around for them.
I asked if she'd been to the doctor, and she's like, yeah. And I said, have you tried everything? And she goes, I have. And I said, have you tried a gas mask?
I guess that one didn't go over well.
It didn't go over well.
It didn't go over well. It's a good one. That's a good laughing.
I'm like, they make full face gas masks cover your eyes and everything.
Oh.
I mean, I know the problem is probably legit, whether it's in her mind or not. It's just we've literally had to change the way we do everything there.
And that's exactly what
we're used to it, but I don't like change. Like, I got really set in my ways at work. And then we brought her on, and then I had to change. I didn't like it.
And that's what it's like working for the federal government. Every rule we have is based on one person who either bitched or did something wrong or whatever. It never has anything to do with actual problems that they're solving. They're just trying to solve one person's problem.
Yeah. Yeah, Robert, I'll print her a plague mask. And Sean, I'm not an attractive woman, so I would be safe.
Oh, like we fell asleep cradling your billy club.
Yeah, Sean and Robert Wakefield, they are like super huge Billy Club fans. But so are you in Philly too, right?
I have one. I wouldn't say I'm a big fan. I would say it's a keeper mod for me because I like plastic mods or Delrin or I guess 3D printed in this case, but to me it's just a plastic of some sort. But I just like I like mods that aren't gonna get hot. So like the top side, for example, made out of zinc alloy, and the board gets hot, heats up the mod. The battery's getting warm, heating up the mod, and I just feel like I have this warm fucking thing in my hand all the time.
Yeah. That was one of the downsides to the RX 200s. That thing would get piping hot if you were running a hot build on it. And my wife, the way she vapes, she's a short stroker. So she does like a big bunch of air, like really quick, like that's her normal draw. And then she'll do like 30 of them in a row. So when she vapes and you grab her mod, it feels like it's literally on fire.
Yes. I have a friend who's just like that too. She I taught her how to vape and everything. And I mean, it's so weird because she was a light cigarette smoker, but when she started vaping, because she can vape indoors, she just took off. Like, she's vaped so goddamn much. And every time I would touch her mod, I'm like, dude, are you sticking this thing in your crotch or something? Like, what are you doing with this?
You keystering this?
And I'd smell it. No, it's definitely not that.
You gotta give it the sniff test.
You give a little sniff. I recognize that smell anywhere. But yeah, I can't. And I vape a little more. I do vape a little heavier, like I was telling you earlier. 3 milligram doesn't quite do it for me. That's why I do like dual still, because I can vape a lot less than I do a single. So, you know, a lot of bros have billy clubs. Nick, we need 3.
How come I can't delete that comment?
You should be able to.
Is it because he's a moderator too?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, you're talking about his.
Yeah. I've been messing with Robert and Sean because I saw him post hand checking the BMM, the Billy Club. So I screenshotted it and I wrote traitor across it.
I know that's funny. When I was planning on, I wasn't planning on getting the flavor at all. The RDA. I think it was the flavor. It was a mod or an RDA. I wasn't planning on getting, and I told them, it was the Wicked, because it was. I remember now. It was the Wicked, and it was that morning. Remember, you guys were giving me a hard time about not getting on the list, that it was still open.
Yeah.
And everything. And I told Sean, I was like, well, I guess I'm getting a Wicked. And he was like, oh, you finally caved, huh? I was like, Nick was busting my balls. He's like, Nick is the best at busting balls.
Yeah, I want to apologize, by the way, for making you sign up for the Wicked.
I want to apologize.
That was my bad.
I'm sorry, man. I'll buy it from you. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't have it.
No, I'm saying that's you.
No,
that's you.
I don't feel that bad.
I don't feel that bad. Oh.
You did good, sick boy.
Yeah. I don't know. Why do you like the Wick tea, Steve? I don't like it. The coil placement is a pain in the ass unless you take out the post. And if you don't take out the post, you got to do 2.5 millimeter. And I do not like I don't like the pressure in the tank. It builds up way too much pressure when you're trying to squonk. It's really hard to squonk. It's fucking big.
It's
so fucking big. Oh my God. I have to throw it on like my fucking, on this thing just to make it look small. Something that's a little girthier. So I think it's misunderstood.
Well, I definitely misunderstand it.
Yeah, me too.
I was expecting a wicked RDA on a tank. That's what I thought I was getting. And what I got was a completely different atomizer, and I did not like it.
I mean, the flavor is still great. There's nothing wrong with the flavor. There's just little things about it that piss me off.
Well, yeah. And the biggest one is that it's hideous. It's too tall.
It's just too big. Yeah. I don't have it out. I have it put away because I'm about to review it soon. But comparing it next to the Riviera, it is way bigger. That's why I like the Riviera so much. Also, I mean, aside the fact that it has the airflow that I like, it's just.
Well, it's a damn good vape too. It's got plenty of flavor.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He's rocking it as we speak. And I don't like the plug either. The plug in the wick. Sometimes it comes out easy, and sometimes it's fucking pain in the ass to get in and out.
I never got that far. I built it. I took about 5 pulls off it, and I'm like, "Fuck this thing."
See, I like the Riviera without the plug. One, I can just fill it up on demand. I don't have to take something out. And two, it allows me to squonk it much easier because of all the pressure comes out there. And three, when I rebuild or re-wick, I can flood the deck and it sucks it back down in. And I don't have to do like a top pre-juice for my wicks with it. Where versus like the wick tea, I have to juice the wicks up myself. So, and I know that's not a big deal. But it's one of those things that I appreciate is just not having to bust out the bottle and do the top juicing when I already have juice in a bottle on the bottom and the in the squonker. So.
As a whole, though, I'm over RDTAs. Like I played with them. It was interesting for a minute, but now I'm good.
It's all about the dwarf, baby.
Yeah. Yes, but dwarf.
Nick is officially a dwarf guy.
It's nice. Very nice.
The one thing that I'll give the RDTAs is you have a reservoir, but you get RDA flavor.
Yeah.
That's the one.
The consistent vape was nice off
Yes.
the Riviera. Just it was the same vape every hit.
That's the best way to say it. It's very consistent.
But I've gotten so like when I squonk or when I'm squonking, it's juice it 2 hits, juice it again, no matter if it needs it or not. That's just how I do it because I do dry hits. Fucking, I just throw it all in the trash can and start over. If I get a dry hit, I can't stand that.
No, I'm not a fan.
If Sean's talking about my flavor RDTA, he would be correct. It is in a clamshell container. It's in my drawer.
Dry hits build character. And they never over squonk. Yes, that's a good point, Steve. They don't over squonk. Except for with the Riviera, you can over squonk it.
Yeah. Sean, I bought them a month ago when I still liked them. Now, a month later, I'm over it. That's why I wanted the caps as soon as I got them. So it looks like S&L boys are going to have about 5 weeks worth of never normal cap waffles.
Oh, yeah, baby. I'll be in there. It's for the Riviera, right?
And the flavor. Riviera and flavor RDTA.
It's gonna be hard replacing the caps that I have for my RDA. So I got a pretty killer cap for my flavor.
Yeah, I've already got a ton of flavor caps that I bought from Squonk Donkey. I got one.
Well, aren't they? They're interchangeable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why did you buy more? Just looking for different ones?
Because he's doing the top section comes off, and you can do the Delrin black with the Ultim top hat.
Oh, okay.
It's smart to do it that way. I mean, it's what a Crossbabe does. The way they do their caps is what he's doing.
Oh, okay, I got you. Ricky says, I need flavor caps.
Yeah, well, I got a shit ton coming in. And then I have a shit ton here that I bought from Squonk Donkey, Tyler.
Donkey.
He did a run a few weeks ago.
What kind did you get from them? Because that's the
I
one.
think I also have NRC caps for the flavor, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Yeah, because that's where my Juma cap came from. Was
NRC?
Squonk Donkey.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was able to get one that in the picture, it looked blood red and black like my mods. And I'm like, oh, dude, I got to have that cap. And Chad got it, Chad Vapes. So, like, I worked on him for a week and finally pried it from his cold, dead hands. Then I got it, and it doesn't look anything like the pictures. Like, it is not.
Oh, yeah. You can edit. Once you start editing a picture with filters and shit, it changes the color a lot. So I know me, I don't do a lot of editing for the most part. But when I do want to change the color, I do. Yeah, I change it. Like a lot of my mods, they look pink on certain pictures on Facebook, but they're red, But it's because I was trying to accentuate other colors going on, and it just fucked up the red. So I was like, oh, well.
So for any picture that you see me take, it's literally this light. and I just bring it down and I cock it. Right, and then I put the mod right in front, and then it's take a snap with my phone and then send it. I don't filter anything. It would go perfect with the shark skin gray. I just did another one, another shark skin gray.
Shark skin or shit skin?
Shark skin on this one.
There it is. Now I can see it. Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one I was asking about. Which one is that?
That's the Anamaru.
That's the Ani. Okay. Hey, it's just so quick because I'm trying to catch it over on my iPad.
Oh,
after, with the delay and everything. Okay, hold it there. Oh, I can really see it now. Okay, here it is on my. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I can tell by the door. Yeah, I can really tell by the door now. I like the color though. That's like a True Blood red right there as far as it looks.
Shark skin gray.
Shark skin gray.
Shark skin gray is any color that I don't have a name for. And that color came because we had already had a pot of red, and I'm like, throw a quarter tablespoon of or teaspoon of blue in there, because that's kind of how I mix my blood red. But the proportions were off, and it came out with almost a mauve color. And I'll show you the difference side by side so you can see what red. So this is just pure red. This is the accidental red. And then this is blood red, where it's almost black.
Oh, okay. I can see him now. That's the accidental red, and that's
the middle one is the accident.
Okay. I like the accidental one does look a little bit different than the blood red one, but they're pretty dang close. It's hard to tell. To me, it looked blood red until you put it next to the other one.
Yeah,
now I can see it's a little off, but it still looks good.
In person, there's a much larger contrast.
Shark skin.
Yeah, that Rebel does beat me on gray. I cannot do a gray mod. I've yet to come out with a gray that looked gray. It's always been a shark skin gray.
FC. Another thing Nick has on Rebel is the mod bros still work.
Well, unless you're Eric or Philly.
Goddamn reverse battery polarity.
And that wasn't even it.
Well, not for Eric.
Eric's because I didn't extend his battery tab down far enough, and when he put a battery in and I guess pushed it up. So all I had to do was insert the battery correctly, and it worked.
And Wakefield?
Yep, Wakefield had one too. The board just went out. I don't know what was wrong with it.
He put it in backwards. He just didn't want to tell you.
No, well, I started testing them. I started putting batteries in backwards before I sent them out to make sure that it worked. So I throw it in backwards just on purpose and then test them.
How was those results turning out on your end?
It was all fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm like afraid now, like because of what happened with Philly. I'm like, I don't want that, I don't want that downtime,
Yeah.
So I
buy the boards 50 at a time, so it's not unrealistic to just get some boards that die. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But the good thing about us is if you have an issue, you just send it back and I get you fixed up.
So out of those 3 bad boards, did you send any of them back to get your replacements for them?
No, one of them I use as a laser catch.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I install this into the mod when I'm laser them, so that it doesn't scar the actual plastic.
It's all over the screen, huh?
Yeah.
It's shattered.
Oh, that's not even. There's no screen attached. That's the actual board that has been etched from the opening where the screen goes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I wouldn't want to deal with their lengthy warranty service that you've told me about.
Who?
Evolve.
Yeah, I reached out to him and they were pretty good about it. He said just fill out an RMA and send them back and we'll get you new boards. I mean, sometimes you just got to call it cost of doing business. You know what I mean? So.
You just don't want to do it, huh?
No. I don't.
I know.
All that shit gets priced in. Like when I'm coming up with a price for something, I factor in like returns and technical support and shit like that. So it's already been paid for through the pricing.
Oh, okay.
I just throw it away. Now, if I got a big batch that was bad, like the resets, I didn't need that cost because that was 25 some resets that I had to replace.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All like, I don't want to say all the whole list of that drop, but you had like that 25 people reach back to you, like,
yeah,
okay,
they filled the doc. Well, it wasn't 25 people, it was 25 mods. A lot of people have 2 and 3 mods. So
okay. Good.
I think it was like 12 or 13 people, and then it was total 20 something, right around 25 resets.
Wow.
So I worked with the guy that owns Reset, and he sent me replacements. So he was good about it.
Wow, that's a lot though.
At first, they weren't real receptive until I made that post, and everybody started saying, "Yeah, mine leaks. Yeah, mine leaks." And then he's like, "Oh, there must be an issue."
There was 2 posts, wasn't there? And
well,
then
one was
an official post.
I made a post asking for anybody who had an issue to post there, just so I could let the people that were supplying me know that it wasn't just me trying to get free shit, because that's what it felt like they thought I was doing at first.
Okay. And that's when that one post came in where you actually had like a document of some sort.
Document was later after I talked to the modder.
Okay.
So I made the first post. He saw that there was an issue, and then I put up the second post that had the doc in it for people to fill out, just so I knew who needed one.
That's crazy though, man. 25. How much do you buy those in a batch?
100.
Oh shit, that's a fucking quarter of a batch.
Yeah. Well, I have to buy them at 100 just to make them affordable to put in the mods. You know, it's a $22 to $25 510, but if I buy them at 100 at a time, I get a pretty steep discount, and that's how I was able to offer them in the mod without jacking the prices way up.
I just mean, assuming they all came from a 100, one lot, then that's literally 25% of the lot that were bad.
Well, and it would make sense because they were all over machined, so they were all oversized on the insert, that peak insulator. So they weren't making good seals. Either that or the O-ring was undersized or oversized and letting it leak, because there was movement in the pin. This new batch that he sent, plus the new batch because I had just bought another 100, and the new 100 didn't have any issues. Like, they fit in tight. I've only had one person complain that his leaked after I sent the new ones out, and I don't think that that's our fault. You know what I mean?
Oh no, that's the reset.
Well, no, I think it's user error this time.
Oh, that time, okay.
Because I have not heard any other complaints. Now that I say that, I'll probably get 1,000 complaints, right? But I haven't, since I've sent the new ones out, I haven't gotten any complaints. See you, Robert. Thanks for the links, brother. And let me know what I owe you on that S tank.
right, see you later, Robert. Always good to hang out, buddy.
Once this last batch of 100 are gone, I may. Well, I know I can get the V2s, so the V2 should take care of the issue that we were having. But I found another 510 that looks really nice. It's that French or Italian one. It's called the 2018 connector. It would require a little bit of redesign, but nothing terrible. Price is a little bit higher, but not terrible high. That terrible. And it seems to be pretty impervious to leaking, which is a pretty big deal when you're running silver on silver. Now, I had a 510 in this, and I started getting buildup, and I thought it was leaking. But then when I looked, it's just me being careless with inserting the tube, and I was squooging juice all up over it and not wiping it off.
Yeah. That's my problem with my Ani and my Rapture. It's, and I don't want to say my problem, but you know, I just, whenever I'm putting the bottle in, I just squirt juice out. And you know, like with the Rapture, it's difficult because if you accidentally squirt it out and then you get it on, well, you got to take the bottle back off because you got to clean the fucking contact.
The Rapture really needs to have a refill bottle. That's not one that's convenient to pull the bottle and fill and put it back in. You really need a refill bottle for the Rapture to be convenient.
I'm kind of getting to that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not inconvenient to take it out. It's just, I know for me right now, my thing is my straw is just barely getting properly stretched, you know. And that's just the hard part because it's harder to get in and out. It takes longer for that stretch to happen, you know. Because I'm, you know, there's days where I just tried fucking with it, and I think I squirted out probably half of the bottle, and I set it down.
Well, that's why next time just get some tweezers, and then pinch the tube, and then insert the tube with tweezers, and then you won't have that issue.
Tried it, not the best luck, but now it's good. Now everything's fine because it's stretched, but it was just the beginning. It's really just like the first, with the amount of time, because I only use a mod probably once a day. And well, if I use that mod, it's only going to be once in the day. And, you know, I'm constantly switching mods. So it took me about a good week because I probably, in that week time, I probably only used it 3 or 4 times, you know, because I'm rotating.
Right, with what he's saying. I start with a 2.5 and I go 2.5, 3, 3.5, and sometimes I'll jam a 4 in it. And I get it nice in vaginal loose before I ever try to use it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I didn't think about that.
And that's one reason that I'd like to switch 510 because I agree. The 510, the Reset 510 has an overly large squonk pin. But it performs so well that it's hard for me to not use it. You know what I mean? Like I could always go back to an MM510 and be just fine. And that is easy to put a bottle on because it's got a real thin tube. But it's not a reset. And I love being able to lock the Addy or unlock it if I need to for protection. I love that it's bottom adjust. And I think it performs better than the MM510. Plus, it gives added value. Like when you tell somebody that a mod comes with MM510, they're like, yeah. But you tell somebody it comes with Reset 510, they're like, oh? You know what I'm saying?
It's that much better.
Yeah, you have that perceived value there. Just like silver. Like copper contacts hit just as well as silver for the most part. But you tell somebody that you're giving them a copper contact mod, and they're like, well, that's fucking junk. But you give them one with silver, even if it's like 3 gauges thinner, they're like, yeah, this hits way harder. But it's a voltage loss that's almost immeasurable.
Yeah. And that's, you know, the 510 is the part that can really make and break a mod. You can have all silver or, you know, everything else can be made very well, but if you put the wrong 510 in it, it will, you get a lot of loss out of the voltage loss out of a bad one.
And that's why on the MM510, I ran a strike plate. So you had the 22 gauge silver all the way to the solid pin of the MM510. You didn't rely on that little nut to make contact.
Right. When someone says copper contacts for sale, I hit the unfriend button. Gave me a copper contact squawk mod.
The pin is thick, but it does perform good.
Yeah, I was reading that one too. It leaks, the pin is thick, but it performs good.
I mean, I'm just being real.
But it's, it's kind of like a vicious ant, right? Everyone complains about how they hit like shit, the mech mods at least. And I've asked about everybody a lot of the questions that I would normally ask, like, oh, what are the contacts? They're silver. Okay, well, it's not that. Then, it's got to be the 510.
Yep. Yeah, 510 can really kill it. So I might try that 2018 connector, and if it works well, I'll just run with that. I'll give a V2 a chance. See if the V2 cures the leaking like completely, and I don't ever have to worry about it. Like even now, when I send them out, I'm like, oh, this one doesn't leak, because I can't put a refill bottle on there and start squeezing on it to test it for leaks, because then it's got juice in it. You can't get the juice out, completely. It's always going to have a little bit of, oh, he's used this. Plus, if I have to do that for every 510, I'm not using that 510.
Right. You already got to test every battery, every board, a bunch of little things. Make sure that everything's firing correctly. You definitely don't want to put another inspection onto the list. When does that new one come out?
The 2018 is already out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just got to get one and see if, for one, it takes a redesign, because it's not a direct drop-in replacement for the 510 I use. So I would have to get one, fix the mod, order a prototype in, install it. And then because they come with an odd size disc, like strike area, I have to get the secondary upsized nut, which is larger than what the reset is. So like the MM510 is 12 millimeter strike disc for their large nut. The reset is 12 millimeter. Well, the fucking 2018 is 14 or 16, whatever it is. It's an off size. So that means it not only takes a redesign to fit the 510, but then I have to redesign the button too to make room. It's just, I'll try it, but I don't want to.
It comes with its fair share of difficulty.
Yeah, and I can't get them as cheap as I can get the resets.
Are we talking a big difference or a negligible difference?
It's like another $4 or $5 each, which doesn't sound a lot for one, but I'm buying 100 at a time.
No, it's a lot for you, yeah.
So that's an extra $500 each order.
Yeah,
I'm already paying $1,500 for a set of 100 of them.
So it's up to about $2K.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of money.
The thing about it is I have to order like that, and then I have to hope that I can sell 100 mods. You know what I mean? Or I'm just fucking stuck.
Well, I mean, when you test it out, so you'll just buy one and play with it on a mod of your own, or would you buy 2 or 3?
I'd buy one.
One?
Yeah. You've never seen a reset, Steven? Let me show you one, brother.
He doesn't do mech mods, though.
So this is the 510 of the reset, the actual plate. This one's engraved. They don't come like this normally. Right? It's got a peak insulator with that O-ring you see in there, if you see in there. And then the 510 pin is solid. So that round part's the strike. The squonk is the part that's on my finger, and then the part that goes up into the atomizer is the one that I'm twisting. It's that one. So basically, you just press it in, and then it threads like so. And then when you put an atomizer on it, you just tighten this up until it locks against the bottom of the atomizer. You can fire it. The strike plate hits here, fires. Then for safety, and this is inside the mod, you open a door, you can back that off and remove the contact, and now the mod won't fire.
I use that feature daily.
And then it's all silver plated copper, so it looks pretty. Then the 510 plate itself is stainless steel. I believe it's silver plated as well, if I'm not mistaken. And then to lock it all together, it's this little fancy nut that's silver plated. It takes a special wrench to use it. That might be the 2018 that you have, Steven. It's just that mod's broke.
Yeah, I know I use the little wheel to break the connection for my mod. Just because I put my mods in backpacks, and when I throw my backpack around, I have to worry about it firing on me. Pin is thick. The pin is threaded into peak. The V2 hopefully changes all.
Yeah, he is
Lizard.
a smart cat. It's the same design that Frankenskull created. I mean, I don't want to say it's a copy, but it's pretty damn close. It's what Frankie's come with, only he doesn't use silver. He uses copper, I believe. And he engraves the nice fucking pentagram in it. The Smart 510. I'm always looking for a good regulated 510.
And that one's adjustable too, yeah?
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, if I'm reading it right. Which is is that I mean, I've never really seen too many regulateds with adjustables, so is that pretty uncommon to do that?
Adjustable for regulated?
Yeah.
Well, the only one that I know of other than the 2018 and the one he's talking about, and I think the 2018 is adjustable for regulated, is the Mod Dog Nano, and I fucking hate that 510. I will never, ever use that 510 in anything I do.
Yeah, Steve says mainly high end. Nick, read Ricky's comment.
Trade me a 2018 for a flavor cap. What flavor cap you want, Ricky? So it's by Vapor, Baggery, and Madhouse. Ooh, that 510's fucking ugly, bro. That's like the old school 510s.
Are you watching his lizard review?
I just did a search in Facebook for it. So here it is. I'm going to do the old screen share because I think that's a fucking cool option. It's a two-nut design. so you could use it for a regulator. That's pretty cool.
Oh, wow. That is very cool. Black Peak insulator, which is always better for juice.
Is it?
Well, you know, get stained. You know, like mine stained a little bit on my Ani, just from condensation and stuff.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna have to look into this. I would love to get away from Veritube.
I like that one. Same tool too to put those on too, yeah.
It looks similar for sure.
Really cool. It almost looks like the Reset.
It does.
Tell you the truth, just probably different dimensions.
I want to see the top of it though. I saw one picture and it looks odd.
Steve says he can hook you up with the dude who sells them.
Yeah, if you can hook me up, I'd appreciate that. I'd like to at least get one to test. Because if I can start putting that in the 75C and the Blasphemy, well, not the Blasphemy, it's not a squonk, so I guess I could just cut the pin off. Do they have a group? Steve, I see they have a page, but I don't see a group. Oh, yeah, they do. Vapor Bagger Club. Let's join that mofo.
We'll hook you up. Steve's just friends with everybody.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm always down to find something better.
And that's kind of a twofer for you because it can be used with a regulated.
Mm-hmm.
No more one vendor on that.
Yep.
That would be kind of a good thing.
As long as I get it under 20, I would be okay with it, but I prefer to get closer to the $15 mark.
Start making some phone calls, Steve. And by making phone calls, I mean get on Facebook. But yeah, I like the look of that one. I'm guessing that's also international. It's not going to be. It's not U.S. made.
Italy.
Oh yeah, that's right. He said that a minute ago. Yeah, it did look a lot like the Reset fictitious. So you're gonna go on that Skyfall?
No, I have one.
Waffle? No?
No, I got one, and I bought it just to waffle it. I've got enough Addies that I don't need it in my rotation, and it's one of those that's expensive enough to not have. I'd rather have the cash than the atomizer.
I thought you were selling it back to Dane. Or are you talking about a different one?
No, I bought another one, so I had two.
Oh, okay.
Then Dane got one from another source, so I sold my Skyfall to Weenus.
Oh, so Dane finally got the other one he was talking about?
Yeah, he made that trade.
I'm looking for a Skyfall.
We're going to be waffling it.
Yeah. Nah, I can't afford one right now.
I was going to say, you're waiting to buy an $11 bag of cotton. How are you going to buy a Skyfall from me?
No, I couldn't. I couldn't. Not right now. I just, because I'm selling everything and I've got the money. It's just, I'd rather put it towards, well, first I got to pay off this fridge that I put on a credit card. That was $800. And that's really my biggest goal I'm working towards. But then I'm going to get the laptop. Or excuse me, a computer, a PC.
Yeah, you definitely need something, bro.
Dude, I'm tired of this thing. And it sucks because this screen doesn't technically work. But you know, my old TV that I used to have in here, it had VGI inputs,
Yeah.
um, or VGA inputs. This one does not. This one has HDMI only, and the laptop I'm using does not have HDMI output. So it's kind of
So
like I'm stuck
Steve,
between a rock and a hard place. Sorry?
Steve's trying to give us a heads up on some RDAs coming out. I'm thinking he might be talking about the Pulse 33.
Oh, I've been waiting for that Pulse. That's my favorite one right there. My home screen is Vanny Vape's website, so
Yeah, mine too.
you know.
Actually, my home screen is 3F Vape.
3F Vape. Got to get your caps. They take just about as long getting them from 3F Vape as they do Squonk America.
Actually, a little shorter, I think.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one thing I've been missing too. That's why I bought this Aeon, because of, I'm missing RDAs, all this RDTA crap for the past 6-7 months or however long it's been going on now. It's just I'm over it.
Yeah, same here.
I'm
all about that tank life now.
You need the Dwarf V2 to come out.
Well, it doesn't sound like it ever will.
If it's been out that long.
14.
Been out since 2014.
Isn't that what Dom said?
That's what he said. I don't know the history of it, but I know Dom's been vaping for quite a long time. But yeah, you look tired, buddy.
Yeah, it's that time. But I never want to be the guy to call it, so
it's different over here because I'm earlier. I didn't even know it was 11 o'clock, especially because like we and a few other, or even Mountaineer. I mean, he's over there on the East Coast too. So when I see people like them, I'm like, oh, it must be early,
Yeah, it's 1 a.m. here.
Yeah, it's only 11 here, so
hell,
for me, that's that.
If you want to call it, I'm all about that. I'm fine.
Yeah, it was kind of cool to keep it going since everybody popped back in, but I know I'm dead too. I want something sweet. I want some dessert. Yeah, it's 2 a.m. over there on the East Coast. You guys are freaking soldiers. So, well, you guys know exactly where you can find Mr. Nick Pinkerton over at the Mod Bros group over on Facebook. And Ricky, don't forget to keep up with the live stream because there's going to be a lot of flavor claps coming up, buddy.
Yeah.
Lots of them.
At least 4 flavor caps, maybe even more.
There you go. You heard it straight from the man. So, some late night brown sugar, baby. Ow! Good old grinder. But yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with us too.
Yeah.
It's really cool seeing all you guys up in here at the same time. We definitely have all you guys in here, but it's never at the same time. So that was really cool watching you guys talk. And yeah, we will we seem to go live when Mod Bros doesn't. So I think that's going to be our new scheduling around here. Because I like being in your guys' chats. When you guys go live, I hate to miss that.
Well, you'll probably be able to go live for the next few weeks.
Oh, Don, because of his lists, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so hey, we'll be here.
I imagine it'll start hitting maybe not this weekend, but next. And he's not gonna feel like doing a live when he's cranking out mods.
What Is he? Did he already drop a list?
Yeah, he dropped the list before I opened up the Katana list, and it's a pretty sizable list for him.
That's right. Okay, I'm trying to remember. I'm like, when did he drop one last? But yeah, it was right before that, and that was the one he left up for like 48 hours, right?
5 hours.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, sick boy. I appreciate that, buddy.
Oh yeah, it always gets elevated a little bit when Nick's in the chat.
Especially when it's when it's on Steve's show, because every time I talk, they drop a Patreon link.
No, that's Eric's show.
Yeah. Good.
But yeah, great job to you guys, chat. You guys, I know my favorite part about the live streams is going back and just reading everything that I missed. I don't know if you guys do that with your live shows, but I do.
I usually turn the live show on in the background when I'm working because I find myself hilarious.
You know, I laugh because when I go out and do my yard work, that's what I'm listening to. Is sometimes I watch the streams on your guys' show, and sometimes I watch, you know, our streams here. But I like the ones where it's, you know, normally me and you or anybody else who happens to be there and stuff. But
I like it when it's just me and you too.
We don't need those other guys. They just cloud our shine. Bring us down a notch when they, like Dom can't have any of over the top comments with him.
He gets a little sensitive. Yeah, he gets a little sensitive.
He's like, "Oh, that's gross."
Well, some of that shit,
yeah, but what's that?
Some of that shit's gross for me.
Oh, you talking about in After Dark?
Oh, there's some stuff that we were posting when it was us three, you, Dom, and Dane. Wow.
I don't remember posting like pictures and stuff, or just what we're saying.
You don't remember the lesbian hand clap?
No. That was way over the top. I mean, I think I brought it to all of our attentions, but I couldn't even watch it. Like I turned it off.
That's fucking rough, dude.
Oh, I'm gonna send that one to We and FC.
Yeah, you got to post it on your channel.
Yeah, the lesbian handshake. That will go viral. Oh, all right. Let's get on out of here. So thank you guys, and we will catch you guys very soon.
And in the words of Dane, don't get raped.
Don't get raped, guys. Don't get raped. Now you're gonna have to see my bright ass light while I turn this shit off. If I can even find the freaking mouse. Stoplight. All right. See you guys later.